365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish we-done whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 84 of the 365 Flicks podcast.
Damn, that was fast.
That's like an 8 and a 4 together. 84, we are in the mix.
What?
We're in the mix.
Of?
I was listening to Radio 1 and that's what he said on the mixtape. It's called the mixtape because Nick Grimshaw does it and he goes, we are now in the mix.
Yeah, but he's a prick.
But that's what DJs do.
So, we're not DJs, we're podcasters.
Well,
we're off to a poor start.
Podcasting, DJing, it's technically the same thing but different. Mm-mm. No?
Mm-mm.
No?
Not having that.
Am I just like going above my station with that one?
You've annoyed me.
Okay, we're back. This is episode 84. I am the pissy ex-video store clerk and the man next to me is...
I am the Scottish weeded whore, Chris.
That you are, my good fellow. And yeah, we've got another jam-packed episode. It's not really that jam-packed, but it's a big episode. It's not going to be 3 hours long like the last one.
Well... Not like that, it won't be.
The last one did come in at 2 hours and 58 minutes.
Yeah.
That's probably the longest we've done so far.
It probably would have been if we'd had Hobie on.
Yeah,
we were going to have Hobie on, the lads from Hobie, but...
Well, let's start with that, because apparently, Hobie are just a little bit too big for the 365 Flicks podcast.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, well, yeah. Diva Jason, giving us like, oh yeah, I totally want to come on, but... And then...
Oh, you think the wife working thing, they've wrong numbered us?
Yeah, definitely.
Motherfucker.
Definitely, man. He didn't even want to come on. That's why he offered up Jeff. Which, I would have taken Jeff, but I was kind of like, you know what? If you guys are far too big for us, it's ever since they had that guy on who... But yes, episode 84, Hobie were supposed to be here, but they sacked us off. Because they are just too big for us little Englanders. Well, Scotland does.
Thank you.
Is that a thing? Scotland does?
It is now.
Thank you very much.
No.
Thank you very much. Like I say though, we got a big episode. We have got a general crack at the start, which is now probably taking up most of the episode these days.
Not as bad as Hobie though, to be fair.
Not as bad as Hobie though.
I was listening to this week's episode today, and they were a fucking hour in before they got to listener feedback.
That's mental.
Innit?
That is mental. Yeah, we have the news roundup, which you have so graciously been doing your research on. Because we're going to do things a little bit different on the news. We decided during the last episode that one of us will do the research on the news and the other one won't. And then we can get fly by the seat of your pants reactions to the news.
Yeah, I've got a few bits.
In other words, basically, I just couldn't be bothered.
No, since about 9:30 on Monday.
Yeah.
I have been typing shit into a fucking Facebook spreadsheet like Bastard Chandler Bing. So 2.5 days of that was turning me into a fucking loopy brick. Mm-hmm. So I decided, fuck it, I'm going on Digital Spy to look for some news for the podcast.
Good man.
So that's what I've done this afternoon.
Excellent.
So, it was driving me mental.
We have our now traditional, world famous superstar, what have we been watching? Which is literally just what we have been watching. That does what it says on the tin. It's like Ron Seal.
Certainly does.
We have our 0%ers. Did you do 0%ers this week?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, this section is... No, it was the other section that was failing. That died on its ass. But now it's back.
What?
So yeah,
Huh?
0%ers and The Guardian. Fuck you. You're not having our section. You're not having our 0%ers.
Well, they've got a crappy name for it and we're bare, so...
I wasn't happy with that.
Fuck The Guardian.
I wasn't happy with that at all.
No, we've got 0%ers and... Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yep.
We'll get to that. What was it called again? Precious Cargo.
Precious Cargo, starring world-class film star Bruce Willis from Moonlighting. Remember that show?
Die Hard.
Was he in Die Hard? He was, wasn't he?
He was.
I preferred him in Moonlighting.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk about that, apparently.
What about Hudson Hawk? Remember that one? I used to love that. Would you like to swing on a star? Ooh, ooh. Him and Danny Aiello.
Is that the one where he was on like a...
Da Vinci thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
Right, and we also have our Just the Pilot, which this week was Atlanta, the Donald Glover show.
Mm-hmm. I watched it earlier on.
Yeah.
I got on well with it.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
And then we will finish off with our top 5, which this week our top 5 is...
Top 5 comic book movies ever.
In honour of Holby being our guests.
Yeah.
But they're not here.
Well, we're going to choose a really, really shit top 5 for when they do come on.
Yes.
Yep.
Like top 5 Holby episodes.
Top 5 Kevin James movies or some shit.
Definitely.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
But we've got a couple of things. We've got a couple of things that we want to talk about first, because as we say, the general crack is getting quite long. And I would like to start. I won my first ever retro gaming challenge.
Well, bugger me with a fish fork.
I know. I mean, half the time I don't even turn up to that competition. I just kind of like... I fake don't read the messages when they're messaging on Sunday night because I haven't played the game all week.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you will... Blue tick. So I like fake don't read them. But this week, I came back from camping and they had chosen Bubble Bobble.
What the hell is that?
You know, the two little dinosaurs? You get a green dinosaur and a blue dinosaur on either side of the screen. You blow bubbles, catch the bad guys, pop the bubbles, you get points. Yeah. Amazing game. One of the best games ever. It was on the NES, and the NES version is wank compared to the Master System version, because the Master System version is like really quite hard. Like, it's actually a lot harder than this one. But yeah, it wasn't even a competition. They posted up their scores. Hayes went first. He had like a measly 90,000 or something like that. You know, cute. Well played. And then the rest of them were putting theirs in. It was like 110,000. I was sitting there like, holy shit, I've got like 500 and odd thousand, and I think I might have sewn this one up. And then I put mine out there, and it was like, Jesus fucking Christ, Kev, you are awesome! You are the Bubble Bobble King! So yeah,
you cocky cock.
First retro gaming challenge since I started about a year ago that I have won.
So you're going to retire now?
I think I should.
Yeah.
Although the game this week is Action Fighter on the Master System, which is amazing. So I think I'm on to another winner.
Never heard of that either.
I'm on to a winner.
Yeah.
You're in a car. It's a little bit like Road Rash kind of thing, but vertical view, looking down on it. And
like
then
GTA.
like GTA.
Early GTA.
And then you like go along the road, and then you go into the back of a truck, and you turn into like a bigger car. Yeah. And then you turn into a motorbike, and then turn into a plane, and it's awesome game. Awesome game. And I'm going to win it. I'm on a roll. When you're on a roll, you're on a roll. So yeah, I won Bubble Bobble. Hayes, if you're listening, what you got? Anything you want to talk about?
You should have done more Cartman.
Well, like,
that's the one.
Scary guys. Go on then.
Yeah, you also turned. What did you turn? 30 odd.
Yeah, that was shit.
34?
Well, there's a bit of contention in the house.
Why?
Because I quite honestly, literally cannot remember how old I am. Like, you know when you search the recesses of your brain for how old you are, and it just comes to you like naturally. Like on the way back from camping in the car, there was a bit of an argument in the car with the Bens and with Lynn's and with me, because I'm pretty sure I'm 33.
Right.
But Lindsay seems to think I'm 34.
Huh.
And the girls agree with Lindsay, because Lindsay's usually better at things like that.
Well, look at your fucking passport.
Well, what's that going to do? It'll just tell me the year I was born.
Look, your date of birth is on your passport, you silly prick.
Yes, the year. It's not going to say you are 34, Kev.
No, if you say your fucking birthday is... What's your birthday? 8th of August...
84.
1976.
84. Are you 76? You old bastard. You old man.
That's not what I said. We're talking about your birthday now.
I'm 84, right? Work it out in your head, because you're good at maths and stuff. Come on, Chandler.
84?
Mm-hmm.
You're 33.
33, thank you very much. So I did know.
No, wait a minute. Yeah, 33.
So am I 33 and 3 turds and 3 months?
Yeah, okay. Can't do maths on the spot.
But yeah, I'll just say I'm 33. And
tell me where an apostrophe goes and I'll tell you. But or you know, ask me where an apostrophe goes and I'll tell you. Oh,
come on, grammar Nazi. Let's get into this.
Yeah,
you've got something you want to talk about.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Yes. So I actually shared it on the 365 Facebook page.
You did. I wasn't happy about that, but you did.
Why?
Because it's the 365 page. You don't be whoring your own shit on our page.
You're involved with it.
That's all right. I don't mind.
And it's, by the film company 365 Productions.
Well, obviously it's going to be 365 Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as I have already mentioned on the podcast, maybe once. Well, you've made reference to me Stephen Kinging it.
Yeah, we referenced.
Yeah. So
something.
I am working on making a short film.
Dang.
I know, it's like totally living the dream and everything.
Dang.
So, the film is called What You Can't See.
Yep.
It is.
Is Stevie Wonder in it?
No, but John Cena is. But you can't see
What
him.
I do?
Fuck off.
Do.
It's a short film.
Yep.
And it's a ghost, sort of less is more horror.
Like 13 Ghosts.
No.
Sixth Sense?
There's only one.
There's only one.
Yep, there could be only one. And I have now got. I've got a leading actor cast.
Ooh. Anyone we know?
Yeah.
I know. I don't know why I'm pretending, because I do know.
Mark Reavers, who is a local actor.
The ginger one.
The ginger one, yeah. Yeah, I know. And it's not even Rupert Grint. No, Mark is talented as hell. We saw him in Barton's Bob's play.
Me.
That was such a bastard.
He does say cunt rather well. Mm-hmm. And that was
I haven't got cunt in the script, though.
I think you should put that in because he says it very well.
No. So I have got Mark cast. I've got some other people reading the script as well. It's a short film, so there's only a couple roles in it. Nice and simple. I've started buying some cheeky props for it as well.
Ooh.
Tidy. I'm hoping to secure the services of a cameraman. What is local in that? He's reading the script as well. He seems to be up for it. So, yeah, what I want everybody to do, what is listening to this podcast,
all three of you,
is just show a little cheeky bit of support.
Yeah, man.
For the lads.
Yeah.
Because Kev's involved with it as well. I'm not doing it without Kev.
I'm your backdoor man, aren't I?
Absolutely.
Am I your guy behind the guy?
Yeah, we've covered that already.
I'll be your Craig Hind.
You're my Craig Hind.
I don't want to be your assistant director, though, because that sounded really faffy. So I'd rather be like, I don't know, like, who could I be? I would like to be Gus Van Sant.
You're my Christopher Moltisanti.
No, I want to be Gus Van Sant in Scream 3 when he's just counting the money.
All right.
Yeah.
Counting the money?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Let's do that. It'll not take you very long.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I would like everybody, thank you please, to just show a little bit of support for the 365 lads. Go to Facebook. There is a Facebook page that is active now. I've got Paul Trotter, friend of the show, is working on some logos and a cheeky poster and all that kind of thing. I did message Mark the other night and said, I'm not being funny, but I need a photo of you in bed. I know. It's for the poster. That's what I told him anyway.
That's for your wank bank.
So, I said clothes or no clothes. It's
Clothing optional.
It's your choice, but I don't want to see any freckles.
Oh, no. Ew.
And he's taking it too far.
Ew.
So, if you type in What You Can't See, it should hopefully come up. It's at What You Can't See Film, if you are having trouble finding it. So, just like it and share it, and that would be grand.
It would be. And from your fledgling short movie project to another project that we are next week we are going to see.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already talked about this as well. We talked about it at length with Craig Hind on the Indie Talk episode with him a couple of episodes back. Go look for it. I can't remember the number. Probably like 82, 81, 82.
81.
We'll say 81.
81.
Yeah. Next week we are heading down to Kidderminster to visit the set of Blacksite.
Yes, we are.
Tom Payton, two-time guest of the show, and I would say best mate. We call him best mate.
Oh, friend. Film friend.
So, yeah, two-time guest of the show, good pal of the show. He is filming his new movie Blacksite as we speak. He's down there, and we are heading down there next week. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
That's going to be damn cool.
Spend a bit of a day there. Hopefully,
some chicken nuggets.
Some chicken nuggets. Talk our boys into going out for some pints. Probably not happen, but we'll go for pints.
We'll go for pints. Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all you need. It'd be nice if one of them joined us. But yeah, that's awesome. We can't wait for that. But then further past that, just a few short weeks past that.
Would you like to know? I've got the countdown.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Hey, Chris, what are you doing September? What's the dates?
Shit.
It's like September
20 something.
It's like the
September 22nd.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what are you doing September 22nd through the 24th?
Still better than Jason. Well, I'll tell you, Kevin. We're going to Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Hammy fuck.
Right.
Yeah, we are heading
All
over.
you needed was you can't see us because it's audio, but the DX.
We are heading over to Cincinnati, Ohio, to the Cincinnati Comic Expo, and they've started releasing a few names.
Some damn fucking cool names.
Some really cool names. I'm quite pleased with some of these.
How pumped are you if Kel goes, "I drop the screw in the tuna"?
I shit you not. I am taking a can of tuna to get it signed. I shit you not. I'm taking one. I don't care. You know what I might do as well? I might like squeeze a screw into the cap of the tuna and just stand there and be like, eh? And he'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? If he doesn't say that, I'll be devastated. Like, I think
surely he'll say that.
Everybody's going to be like, who loves orange soda? But if I can get him to say, I drop the screw in the tuna, I'll just be...
Yeah.
That would be
cool.
Like,
I mean, I love the fuck out of Keenan and Kel.
Talk about life goals.
Sister was better, but Keenan and Kel, yeah, damn right.
That's a good one. I'm pleased with that.
And then Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph the fuck Macchio.
The Karate Kid himself.
So if we say to him, I know, like, he's what, in his 50s, maybe 40s, 50s? 40s or 50s?
Yeah.
Right, go with that. Do the kick.
Do the kick, do the crane.
Do the
Think he's going to give you the crane?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
But, you know, if you met Shawn Michaels, you'd say, do you switch your music on me?
You would. You just stand there like, you know, brace your chin and be like, come on.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it. Do you think Ralph Macchio would do the kick?
I've already... well, he's doing that web series now,
yes,
isn't he?
That's on my damn news.
Cobra Kai thing. So he might. I don't know. He damn sure probably still does it better than Jaden Smith ever did. So, you know.
Didn't hate that movie. It wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad. He's made worse. Fucking After Earth. I cannot wait.
And then you got your Jason Isaacs. You got some Gotham.
Unfortunately,
people.
David Bradley isn't going to be there.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to get too geeked out about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's a few good names there,
damn right,
and they seem to be releasing more as they go.
Well, Jason did kind of when he was being all apologetic about not, you know,
about brushing us off.
His fucking excuse for not coming on. He did say that he'd been speaking to Andrew. They've still got some names to announce.
Yeah, there's some names, more names coming.
And he suggested that we'd be quite happy with him.
See, though, this is the thing. Like, I read that and I was kind of like, now Jason Brigger knows us, but he knows our podcast personalities. There's certain things that I would fucking geek the ever-loving fuck out of, but I would never say it on the podcast. So, they're not going to be there. Are they? Like, it's going to be, like, Harry Potter people.
Because we're British and that.
Because we're British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's Daniel Radcliffe.
Because he stereotypes people.
Or Emma Watson.
He's like, they're British.
Emma Watson.
They're British, so all they want to see is Fawlty Towers and Harry Potter. But, you know, some of us are not like that. Some of us are. Us too. But yeah. So yeah, there's more to come. It's at least still 5 weeks away.
Oh yeah, it's bloody... I was going to do the countdown, wasn't I? But yeah, then you completely fucked up. It is 6 weeks, 0 days and 13 hours as we record right now.
Yep.
Motherfucking 6 weeks, man.
I know. As we go, we'll be dropping more and more episodes. So we'll keep you updated with the people that are going to be there.
They're going to have Hobie's going to have a table. They've got Jason's gotten the confirmation this afternoon. So we have been invited to sit at the table.
Sit at the table? Is that like sitting at the Iron Throne table?
I like to think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're hopefully going to be recording the episode of 365. We're going to be on. Well, he did actually say to Andrew that they wanted to record about 6 episodes of fucking Hobie.
Yeah, that's mental.
Isn't it?
That's not going to happen. I mean, the best ones will have us on.
Well, yeah.
Because most people that come to the table...
So we're going to be like temporary hosts of, or co-hosts of Hobie then?
I think we should actually just host an episode of Hobie for them.
Well, we'd better get to see Bob Studios. I'm going to be pissed if we don't get to see Bob Studios.
Yeah, and if we don't get to do some backyard wrestling. Because I'm doing some backyard wrestling.
Wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Right, okay. And I want to go and see a ball game.
There's no fucking time for that shit.
There must be. We must be able to squeeze that in somewhere. We must be able to squeeze in, like, shit. Maybe not a ball game, but like something, like a proper American sport.
We're getting to see wrestling. Like WWE.
Yeah, but that's on the TV.
Except it's going to be a SmackDown one.
Fuck that noise. Yeah. So, anyway.
So, that was that.
This is going on far too long. We're going to see the set of Black Site next week. We are going to Cincinnati later on in the year. 6 weeks. I won Bubble Bobble, and you're writing a script.
Yeah.
But keep an eye on the social medias.
Yes.
Because we have something pretty fucking cool.
We've got something pretty big.
Pretty cool. Pretty fucking badass. That is what she said.
Yeah, so we... how far do we go? Again, that's what she said.
Let's just tease them. Let's play just the tip. Let's just see how it feels, and then if it doesn't feel good, we'll pull back out. But yeah, we have we need you to keep an eye on the Facebook and the Twitter as we record this right now. Things are still a little bit up in the air. It looks like it's something that's pretty cool is going to happen, and if it gets sorted before this episode goes live, it will be added in. So this whole little section will probably be redundant by then.
Yep.
But keep an eye on the Facebook, the Twitter, the website, and there'll probably be an extra little episode going out to announce this.
Yeah.
But if you are a geek, much like Chris and I are, and is pretty much everybody is nowadays.
We would assume that the listener would be a geek if they're listening to 365.
Yep. And if you live in the sort of Glasgow area, can we say that? Yeah, we said it. If you live in Scotland or England, but you like to travel, you will like this, and it is going to be super awesome and free. So yeah. Keep an eye out on that. But for now, let's play those Big Ben bongs.
Tell you what, before you do that, one more thing. I mentioned Paul.
Right.
Paul, when this episode goes live on sort of Friday or Saturday this week, Paul will be turning 30.
Ew!
Yeah, so just, happy birthday to Paul.
Happy birthday to Paul.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah. That's all he deserves. So yeah, Big Ben bongs, let's get with the news. So you are the news master. You are the Jon Snow. No, Jon Snow. That's a news guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are the Martin Bashir of this episode.
Is that the lion cunt?
The one I don't like.
All right, brilliant, fantastic.
He's not a lion though. Come on then.
Don't start with that pish.
Okay. So what have you got
First
for
up,
the news?
First up, are you ready?
Oh, I like this one.
You ready? Have you seen the picture of Josh Brolin as Cable?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. What? No. What?
Yeah. So I'm okay with it.
It's pretty damn cool.
It looked okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at it and I really wanted to be kind of blown away. I didn't feel blown away.
It's a fucking photo.
It's a photo. That's all it is. I would like a little behind the scenes thing. Just a little clip of him being Cable. But I was sold on Josh Brolin anyway. He was never in the conversation, but
no.
I was sold on him when they announced it.
I wasn't entirely sold. I mean, it was a bit of a when it was announced, it felt like a bit of a sort of.
Well, yeah, because they just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was hoping for Pierce Brosnan, but yeah, I think it looks damn cool.
I think he does.
I like the teddy bear on his belt.
That's pretty cool.
I was reading about that this afternoon. and apparently it's something to do with the X-Men universe. He stole it from somewhere because he's like a time traveler and things.
Yeah.
So, I think it was good.
What did you think of the picture last week of, is it Zazie Beetz? How do you say it? Zazie Beetz?
Yeah, I did make you know that because I wasn't going to try to pronounce that
as
name.
Domino? She looked pretty alright.
Yeah. Is that the same character as Keira Knightley played then?
No, because that's like not anything to do with Marvel whatsoever.
Right. Well, I didn't know that, did I?
No, she was a bounty hunter.
Right. So it's... Okay.
No, that's totally different.
Right.
Tony Scott made that up from his brilliant mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So no, but she did look pretty badass as well. But yeah, I don't know. Like,
Anyway.
I'm sold on Brolin anyway. So
after that, I'm sold on. I think it'll be damn good. Would you like some 24 news?
I would.
Well,
I'm not getting it, am I?
you're getting it.
Okay.
So, Fox, bless them, are looking to revamp 24 again.
Okay.
Because the soft reboot with what was it, Eric Carter, the most generic fucking name you could possibly have, and what's his name? It's the guy of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
He was Heath in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I am.
Summer Nothing.
Shit, motherfucker.
So
he was in Straight Outta Compton as well. I can't think what
that's
his
not
name
going
is.
to happen. Move on. Yeah, they are looking to revamp 24 again. This time possibly without CTU being involved.
Okay.
Would you just fuck off?
What do you mean without CTU? Like just
stay with
CTU gone?
CTU and just have not Jack Bauer.
So it's just a real life everyday situation.
Yeah,
just somewhere else.
Just make another fucking show. You don't have to call it 20 fucking 4.
Yeah. Or don't.
Or don't.
Just leave it.
Just, like that. I think that's part of the reason that the soft reboot of 24 didn't work is because you've got shows like Homeland, which I know that you didn't watch it after Brody got killed off, which you fucking should have because it's bloody good. But that showed you that you can have a damn good show without about terrorists and things, without it being 24. Just come up with a fucking original idea for a show and do the show.
Homeland kind of was 24. Just with terrorists and stuff. Like really bad terrorists.
But just stop. Just fucking stop.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm massively with you on that one.
Without CTU. God's sake. Right, X-Files. I know you're not a big fan of the X-Files, but we've got some X-Files news.
I knew giving you the news section was a bad idea.
Shut up. So, season 11, which we are getting, I think it's 2018.
Okay.
Is to scale back on the alien mythology, the ongoing alien mythology stuff.
Right.
Did you watch, how far in X-Files did you get?
About episode 3
of
season 1.
Fuck's sake.
No, I don't know. I have seen a lot of X-Files episodes, but I couldn't tell you whereabouts they were.
Well, you've got the ongoing mythology with the aliens, where the aliens have invaded and they're planning to invade, and there's different kinds of aliens and there's shapeshifters and fucking all that. And it got like towards the end of the main show, it got very sort of convoluted and just mixed up. And they're scaling back on that because I think they've got another 10 episodes.
All right.
So they did season 11 like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was 2015. And they kept on. They kind of did a mix because they had their they kept on with their Monster of the Week stuff.
Yeah.
And then they also kept on going with the alien mythology. The main story of the show.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that going off? So they're for season 11, they are dialing back on that, and they're going to more of the Monster of the Week stories, which is better.
Yeah,
it's better. To be fair.
It's what you tune in for.
Now you texted me about this earlier on,
right?
Disney.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, so Disney in America are they have their shows on Netflix,
right,
and their movies and all that kind of thing.
And we have like 2 or 3.
No, we Disney in the UK have a streaming service called Disney Life.
Really?
And yes, and it has been. This is according to Digital Spy.
Right.
Or was it Den of Geek? I
Well,
forget.
everybody's talking
One of the two. So in the UK, it's called Disney Life, and it's
Right.
been available in the UK since 2015.
Never heard of it.
No, me either. I ain't good, so and I'm not Doug.
No, Doug would know. Doug would know.
But in the US, Disney stuff is still on Netflix,
Right.
but it's not going to be in the near future.
Okay.
So they are Disney are ditching Netflix in the US, and they're going to launch Disney Life in the US.
Okay.
That's what it
Makes
is.
sense.
That's as I said to you before. There's not really a great deal to tell.
No.
Apparently, Digital Spies say that the Disney Life is apparently very good in the UK. So
Even though nobody's heard of it. If
some people will have, I'm sure.
If anybody out there listening to this episode in the UK has heard of Disney Life and can vouch for Digital Spy and say that yes, it is very good, please get in touch and let us know, because I've never fucking heard of it. But it makes sense. It's what the WWE are doing. It's, Netflix has their own shows, so it makes sense that Disney does this.
Yeah,
They have a massive back catalogue. Why would they give it to things like Netflix and Amazon? And why not, capitalise and make some money for themselves?
Yeah.
It is it's the big, evil, big, bad corporations. So
fair play.
they're all about money, fair play to them. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The Hoff.
Cool.
I know.
I love Hoff news.
And James Gunn.
Okay.
The Hoff wants James Gunn to helm a Knight Rider reboot.
Oh,
fuck yes. Fuck yes.
okay.
I'm on board with that.
Okay,
He just done a thing saying I want him to do it.
With the Hoff in the lead? The Hoff is the voice of Kit.
That'd be okay.
That would be
okay
cool,
with
wouldn't it? I'd be okay with that as well.
Except they probably changed the gender and made it be Tilda Swinton. We'll get the joke. Apparently, the new, is it Pennywise?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the film?
Tilda was in the running at one point.
They were going to change the gender of it, and
She would have made
Tilda
it
Swinton.
fucking great.
I still wouldn't have watched it because
you would have to.
No.
She would have been fantastic in that.
She would have been.
I mean, she's
because it's
fantastic
Tilda
in
Swinton.
everything,
She's
but-
fantastic,
yeah.
but I still wouldn't have watched it because clowns and that.
Oh, that's got me thinking. That has. I would love to have seen that. I'm gonna watch the new one anyway. I can't wait to see it. I think it looks just totally fucking shit fine. I really do. But the thought of Tilda doing something like that, yeah, man, that would be.
She
great.
could be creepy as a bastard. I think she would have been good, but
Yeah, she would have been great.
still wouldn't have watched it.
I totally would have watched it, and I am going to anyway.
We mentioned it before. The Karate Kids,
Yay!
motherfucker,
Hi,
is
Cobra Kai.
getting a sequel series on the YouTubes,
Yes,
coming in 2018.
YouTube Red, isn't it?
and it's called Cobra Kai. With Ralph Macchio returning as Danny, what's his name?
And the other guy, is it not the blonde guy?
Is it the
Who-
bad boy of?
The bad guy Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
Yeah. Aye, Danny LaRusso.
awesome. I'll watch that.
I'm totally going to watch that. Fuck yeah, man. I mean, last couple of months back, Phil from Nerdly, you didn't do your pimpage, by the way.
No, I didn't. We'll do it after the news.
You do that after the news. But Phil from Nerdly, he
I was
sent
doing my own shit.
I know you are.
Yeah.
He sent me a movie to do a review of, because he does that every now and then, called Lost Cat Corona. And it had Ralph Macchio in it with Angel Batista from Dexter.
Okay, yeah.
And you know what? Macchio's got some chops. He's still got those chops. So it will be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do a crane, I'll be gutted.
You'll have to.
He has to, yeah.
He'll be practicing now, and so he can do it on me and Sensei in 6 weeks' time. Boosh.
That would be awesome if he did crane.
Oh, I want to meet him, I want to meet him. Oh, get it. Aye, so I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch the hell out of that.
I'll watch that, 100%.
Yeah.
Plus,
so what's YouTube Red then? I've never heard of this. I
YouTube
thought
Red
it was
is
like porn.
so did that one. I was thinking it. YouTube Red is basically it's paid for YouTube. It's channels.
All right, okay.
WCPW has a YouTube Red channel,
Right.
and you pay for the content.
Right, okay.
It's like the more premium content, but you have to pay.
There's premium YouTube content?
Yeah, aye.
Huh.
most of the time, though, it doesn't have adverts.
Right.
You know, when you go on YouTube now and it's always got an advert at the start, you'll be able to skip this advert in 4 seconds. That kind of bollocks.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, it's like that.
And it's getting fucking worse as well.
But on YouTube Red, from what I gather, because I don't know for definite, is none of that. Because it's all paid for content.
Yeah.
You have to subscribe
this is
and
not
stuff.
my news thing, right? You've heard me mention Angry Joe a
Yes.
lot. Do you ever watch his stuff, or?
Every now and then when you
Yeah.
tell me there's a good one.
Right. Well, there's been a bit of a fuck on with his channel,
Oh.
right? It's just people on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
So
they're everywhere.
He announced, he did a video on his YouTube channel announcing that, he's been doing the channel for 9 years, and you put like what fucking 90-hour weeks into a YouTube. If you want your YouTube channel to be successful,
Oh God, yes.
you put 90-hour weeks in, and he's been doing this for 9 years. Okay, and so he did a video saying, right, okay, it's a little bit of a quiet. This is the gist of the video anyway. Okay, because it's like fucking 30 minutes long. But I've been doing this. I've been doing 90-hour weeks for 9 years, and there's nothing really major coming out. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break from doing the angry, like the game reviews.
Aye.
So he still does his trailer reactions to like games and that.
Yeah.
He does his movie trailer reactions, and he's been doing Game of Thrones reaction videos. Because he's always wanted to do a Game of Thrones reaction video series, but he's never been able to before.
Right.
Right, so he's still doing that. So it's not like the channel is going dead or anything like that. But he's taking a step back until September on the game reviews. Fair
Right.
enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. No.
No.
The internet exploded, or YouTube exploded, and the Twitters exploded. People attacking him, like really seriously, like calling him a lazy fat fuck, and all of that. It's awful. It's fucking awful.
Does he get paid for it?
By like sponsors and that.
Yeah.
He does, aye.
Well, fuck that then.
So not by people. He's not. I don't think he's got a Patreon.
Right.
I think he does have like on his, because he does Twitch. And
Also,
I
like
think-
donations
I
and
think there's a
stuff.
donation page
Aye.
on there.
Aye, you
right?
get them on Twitch,
But he's
yeah.
not got a Patreon or anything like that. I don't think.
Well, fuck that shit.
So
if dude wants to
no,
take a
people
break.
people were absolute fucking horrible bastards
that's-
to him, man.
You know what it is? That's the worst thing about the internet. I mean, there's a lot of bad things about the internet, but we people on the internet seem to think that because somebody's providing like content or a service or whatever, that they are entitled to have more.
Yeah.
And
I've been watching a lot of
mad.
reaction videos to what's been going on Angry Joe's channel, and they've been. I mean, some of them were saying, well, you know what, that's what people are there for. Is his angry reviews. That's how I got into his channel.
Yeah.
And sort of the movie reviews and all that was just kind of incidental. But fuck off if he wants to take time off after 9 years of hard work.
No,
That's mental. And
you can't be having a go for that.
so, but what's been happening is that these people, people in the loosest sense of the word, have been. They're going to fucking fuck our YouTube channel, not YouTube, our Facebook page or whatever. But what they've been doing is, or what they were doing, is for all of his Game of Thrones reviews and his trailer reactions and all that, they were down, like disliking it.
Bastards.
So that the dislikes were more than the likes.
You know what, as well? That shit matters on YouTube.
Aye.
That fucking
Aye.
matters.
So they were basically ambushing his page because he said he wanted to take a 2-month break from fucking the game reviews.
That's stupid.
So he's disabled comments, and he's disabled like the ability to do the up or down on the page. I just think it's fucking awful.
It is. You can't be doing stuff like that, man. It's at the end of the day. That's like, if we turned around and says we was going to take a couple of months off, fuck, we do it all the time basically. But if we was to turn around and do that, and people started having a go, I would literally just fucking tell them fuck off.
Go Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to happen because the 3 people that listen to us religiously probably wouldn't be that bothered. But I would like to think that Jason would be. Jason would be gone.
Probably not after this episode. No, I just think it's fucking terrible that people have been doing that to him. That's a complete tangent. But Angry Joe, I still love you, man. So
no,
I don't think he'll listen to 365 Flinks, but you never know.
Well, he will know when you tell him that we bigged him up.
There you
go. We got his back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, John Cena.
Wow, do.
It's going to be in the Bumblebee spin-off.
Perfect.
I'm okay with that. Is Michael Bay directing it?
I don't think he is. I think
That's fine. Happy days.
He's just producing it.
Well, I like the Turtles movies. He produces that,
Exactly.
doesn't direct it. So I may even watch it.
I love the fact that John Cena's going to be in like a massive, big fucking franchise. Fucking.
From what I gather, he can't be worse. From what I gather, he can't be worse than Marky Mark.
No. He kind of sort of a little bit is Marky Mark, to be fair.
Yeah,
but better.
Sort of.
Yeah, but better.
I liked the what was the one we did with Robert Patrick? 12 rounds.
12 rounds.
I like that.
Aye.
I think that's the only. No, fuck it. I saw the Marine.
Oh, was that before the Miz days?
I've not seen any of the Marine films. Didn't Randy Orton do one as well?
Way better.
Is that like their sort of just their go-to series if they want a guy to be all tough on that?
The Miz is going to be making them till he retires.
I think they're still doing 12 rounds movies. Dean Ambrose did a 12 rounds movie where he was stuck. It was kind of like did the Raid.
Oh God!
He was stuck in a police station and he had to fight his way out.
And was he
that
crazy?
That could be one for the 0%ers maybe.
Was he crazy, Dean Ambrose?
I'm actually warming up to him.
No.
You know, I think it's because they're doing something interesting with Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Have you been watching it?
No, I've not watched it for a wee while.
They're kind of teasing a little bit of a reunion with them. And Dean Ambrose has been like, no, fuck you. You know, you can't. You fucked me over 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, wherever it was when the Shield broke up.
Wouldn't it be great if they did a big build up to a Shield reunion and then he stabbed him in the back again? That's
what culture keeps saying.
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
That would be cool.
So apparently it's leading to a tag team title match with Cesaro at SummerSlam, which is in
I'd be okay with that.
A week on Sunday, I think it is. So yeah,
I got Rollins in my
I got
league.
the numbers in mine. So,
sweet.
Yeah, boosh.
We'll be bros. We tag bros. Hype bros.
Fuck off.
We don't get hype.
No.
Right, move on.
Right, okay. This is one for you to keep you calm.
Oh.
J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah, that always keeps me calm.
Is now the world's highest paid author.
Wow.
And she is earning, are you ready for this? £136 per second.
Twat.
Per fucking second.
Is that as much as Neymar, the footballer?
Fuck him. Fuck him. He's an arsehole. Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that one. Just
yeah, thanks for that.
For shits and giggles.
Fucking J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. Right, Chris Pratt news.
Oh,
as far as I'm aware.
This is depressing.
Oh no, fuck that! I'm not mentioning that. Those are bloody. Oh, and by the way, this is tangenty. But going back to Hobie, have you listened to this week's episode yet?
Yeah, no.
Right, okay. Jason watches a bunch of reality dating show shit.
I'd buy that. I totally would say that as well. Yeah.
That's wrong.
No, I could see Jason watching those shows.
Yeah.
I could see him sitting at home in his Spider-Man onesie or his Superman onesie, sitting watching reality
Wonder
TV.
Woman onesie.
Wonder Woman onesie. Aye. Sitting watching reality TV with the gauntlets on, and just do you mean Real Housewives of Ohio?
No, it was a reality dating show where they go on a blind date. He said, and then they go back to the studio after, and Jeff was going. I think they were actually ready to end the podcast there and then after he said that, because Jason was bigging the show up, and I was walking Dexter when I was listening to it, and I was ready to tweet Jason, "Fuck you." So yeah, shame.
He'll
not know what that means though.
No.
Jeff and Blake can explain.
Yeah, they'll get it. They'll
fine.
get it.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Yes,
we're not mentioning the divorcey shit. He is going to be appearing in 2019 in a film called Cowboy Ninja Viking.
Apparently this has been like in the making for years.
Yeah.
Apparently this has been like a Chris Pratt sort of passion project for
Right.
some time. I've not really heard much about it, but I saw it on Facebook and that.
Right. Would you like to know what the story's about?
A cowboy ninja pirate?
Right. So the story it centres around Duncan, the subject of counterintelligence program that took advantage of his multiple personality disorder in order to create 3 deadly fighters in one.
Sounds shit. That sounds fucking shit.
And then he escapes and he's like going after the people who fucked him up.
As 3 different people.
Yeah.
Meanwhile fighting himself. That sounds wank.
It sounds trippy as balls.
That fucking sounds terrible. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, not often, but I've been wrong before. Yeah, Chris Pratt, just keep doing what you're doing. As long as he makes another Jurassic World, I'm fine.
I think they've wrapped it.
Yeah, I'm fine. They've wrapped at it. Sorry.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Okay, Justin Lin.
We love Justin Lin.
We do not.
We do.
Has said that Space Jam 2
Oh, come on.
is a ball hair away from... Well, you didn't see ball hair, I did, but is a ball hair away from getting made.
Come on, man.
Who in the blue buggery hell is called for fucking
Nobody wants this.
Space Jam 2? Jesus Christ. Although we'll get a good episode if we hate movies from it. So
We will. We definitely will. No, nobody wants this. Just don't do it.
will it still be Michael Jordan, you think?
No, was it? Did they not say for a while it was going to be LeBron this time? I'm sure that's who they're gunning for, but just don't do it.
Fuck off with
Don't
that
do
shit.
it. You could do it with your basketball skills.
I've got damn fine basketball skills.
You have, yes.
When you were in the house before, I got like 5 in a row.
Yeah, when nobody was watching.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
With
how it works.
with your girly throw.
Too much. Nicholas Hoult
Okay, we like Nicholas Hoult.
is set to play J.R.R. Tolkien in a biopic called Tolkien.
I'm out.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Be fine. It's going to be set before the breakout of World War One, so it's going to be how he, a young Tolkien.
Is that the one with the 5 armies? See what I did there? See what I did there?
Yeah.
That was genius.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll watch that. I like me some Tolkien.
Good for you.
Yeah, fine.
Good for you.
Mean. Okay, Hellboy reboot.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got Mila Jovovich.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Jovovich.
Be fine. As the Blood Queen.
Yes, I saw this.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. I love a bit of
Have
Mila.
they cast Hellboy?
Yeah, it's Matthew Modine from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah,
The sheriff.
Said that last episode, or the last regular episode.
Well, it's not Matthew Modine, it's David Harbour, but
Whatever.
Brigger thinks it's Matthew Modine, so we'll just go with that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that.
I'm kind of pleased that she's getting stuff after.
Resi.
Yeah.
Because it kind of looked like that was going to be it.
I've not seen the last one yet.
It's good. It's really good. I actually enjoyed the last one. If you just forget the rest of them happened, it's a good film. But
Well, to be fair, I've not seen them all that much, so that'd be quite easy to do.
Resident Evil's getting that way though. Like if you just forget the last one that happened, you'll enjoy the next one.
The first one was okay, the second one was amazing, and the third one was fucking great.
Yeah.
And I can't really remember. I've seen them all, but I can't really remember bugger all.
They kind of don't really get any better. They just sort of. Yeah.
No one saw that.
Yeah, nobody saw that. They just plateau and just stay on the level.
We've been doing that lately,
We have.
The last few episodes I've re-listened to, we've gone, or even. And,
yeah, visual gags don't work.
No, they don't.
No. We maybe need to go visual. We maybe need to do some videos.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nah. No, I will not do that.
No.
What else you got?
Yeah. Two more things. Lion King news.
Yep.
We've got some casting news or potential casting news for Scar.
Okay.
It is
Jeremy Irons.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That's 2 in a row, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Happy days. I'm not going to do it again. He's in talks to play Scar.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I like him.
Just get Jeremy Irons back, though.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons would have been better.
Yeah. So that's all good. And last of all, Alan Partridge.
Yes.
Is potentially going...
The new face of Brexit.
He's going back to the BBC to be the face of Brexit. I am fucking all over that shit. I will watch the hell out of that.
I love it. that was one of those things. Like, I've been trying to sort of stay away from sort of the entertainment news, but that was one of those things where it's like, I'm not passing this one up. I'm reading this, and I was all about it. Like, from the first word, I was like, this is great. This is great. This is great. Alan Partridge. Yeah. I love it.
Because he's going to be, apparently he's going to be pro-Brexit. Because Alan Partridge would totally be pro-Brexit.
Yep.
But yeah, fuck yeah.
That's one of the best things.
Did you watch any of the stuff that he did on Sky Atlantic?
No. The early morning things.
Mid-morning matters.
Yeah. I saw a couple of them, but...
try and watch that, because it was good. It was good. And also, he did a couple of specials. I think it was... Oh, fuck, what's the name of it? I think one of them was Scissored Britain or something like that.
Right.
Scissored Isles, maybe.
Okay.
I think.
I'll give it a look.
But try and give Mid-Morning Matters a go. I think there's
awesome.
2 series of it, and I've watched it a few times now.
Steve Coggan's cool. Awesome.
Yes, I am all over that if he comes back to the
We need more Alan Partridge anyway, to be fair.
Yeah. Did you... Yeah, Scissored Isle it is. Did you watch the movie?
Yes.
Cormini?
Unfortunately, yes.
I loved it.
It's not as good as a show, but it was never gonna be. But it was serviceable. It was good. It was a movie.
I'd Cormini.
Cormini was cool.
Can't go wrong.
Before we move on to the next section, I do have one bit of news that I was hoping you might mention, but I know you love the Oscars, and I know it's one of your favourite things to talk about. But where do you weigh in on the Patty Jenkins conversation? Apparently,
what is it?
Warner Brothers are so pleased with Wonder Woman and over the moon about how Wonder Woman's doing that they are going to campaign super duper hard to get her the nomination for director at the Oscars for Wonder Woman, and obviously Best Picture as well.
What Best Picture?
Best Picture, yeah.
Right.
I think the two they're gunning for, or the two that they're going to campaign for, is to get her Best Director and to get the movie Best Picture.
Right. Well, okay. We've spoken about this before.
We have.
About superhero movies and Best Picture.
Yeah.
Now, from my recollection, the 2 movies that we spoke about in that conversation were The Dark Knight.
Yep.
And Winter Soldier.
Yep.
There's no reason for those 2 movies to not have been in the Best Picture category.
Not at all. They're both fantastic movies.
In that vein, why the fuck not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Just wondered where you weighed in, because it seems to be like it's one of these conversations that people are saying, like, are they just going to put her in the conversation because of how well the movie did? Because did she really direct it that well? I mean, personally, I thought she did do a good job in directing. Yeah,
I read a comment about the direction not being all that great, and fuck you, mate.
I thought the direction was great. However, is the movie worthy of Best Picture? I think it's worthy of being in the conversation for this year, because, let's be honest, not much has came out this year that's actually wowed me. I'm still to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dunkirk.
I haven't seen Dunkirk
which I'm
yet.
going to speak about in a minute.
I've not seen War of the Apes yet.
Yeah, that's slipped.
Yep.
Through our fingers.
But to be completely honest,
we'll see what happens.
We are currently in we're in August. There's still like a whole another 4 or 5 months.
Oh yeah.
Before, and it's when the Oscars are coming up that they start releasing the Oscar bait, So we're having this conversation now. We shouldn't really be having it because we're still way off the Oscars. But at the same time, do I think Patty Jenkins deserves a shot at the Oscar? For the directing? Possibly not. For the movie? Yeah. I'd put Wonder Woman in that category right now.
Fair enough. I would say, I know that you had a conversation on the Jock and Nerd community about it.
Yes, I.
And I sort of weighed in briefly about, because Logan came up.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I got round to rewatching.
Right.
In normal fuck noir.
Not the black and white one.
No. Although I got Sky Movies or Sky in general are doing a thing where if you've been with them for a while.
Lindsay was on about this.
Yeah, and I actually got Logan through that because I thought you may as well have it for free.
Yeah.
So, and I can download the noir version but I ain't gonna. So, but I actually, so I got around to rewatching it again during the week.
Yep.
And it is very good. I took the huff because of the fucking noir bullshit.
Yeah.
I very much took the huff.
I know you did.
But
Didn't escape my notice.
I got round to it. Was your fault. You told me. I got round to rewatching it this week, and it is very fucking good.
Okay.
Is it Best Picture? No, I don't think it is. But I did say in the conversation, Junk and Nerd, which no one replied to, rude. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
That man is fucking phenomenal in Logan.
You know, I couldn't get away with the movie.
I know. Did you ever finish it?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Fair play. Whatever.
If I can get it for free, I might.
But Patrick Stewart should at least get a nod in Best Supporting Actor.
And a lot of
category.
people are saying that.
He's great.
It seems to be...
He's so good.
That does seem to be part of the conversation. Like, Patrick Stewart is at least in the conversation. But again, that was a movie that came out in March.
Yeah.
So, come February...
I think it's going to get lost.
Yeah, there's no way anybody's going to be talking about that in February.
But I just think... I think that maybe, the guy has had one hell of a career.
Yes.
I know he's not done yet. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
Hell no.
And hopefully it won't be for a very, very, very long time. But I think that the guy's had a phenomenal career, and that for a performance that he put in Logan, I would fucking love, and it would restore my sort of confidence or whatever, and faith even in the Oscars if they gave that man a nod.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you on that one.
Oscar board or whatever they're called, make it happen.
They have to. It's like there was another little conversation going on about Andy Serkis for War of the Apes, and I'm completely with you on this now. Like, I've kind of been against it for the last few years, but the Oscar does need to grow, and it does need to change.
You need to recognise where the movie industry is going.
Yes,
and now with technology in 2017, you have to recognise Oscars that it's not fucking 1980 or whatever, 1950 anymore, and not all the pictures have to be fucking hand jobs to Hollywood.
Well, they do a little bit.
No, they don't. No, they don't. But you have to recognise where movies are going and where performances are going, and Andy Serkis is delivering fucking amazing performances, but without actually being on screen himself.
Yeah.
And you have to recognise that.
Which is where the conversation is. Like, how much of it is Andy Serkis and how much of it is computer generated.
But
that's the problem. That's the problem.
No, I don't buy that at all, because he's got all those stupid bloody green dots all over his face.
That's where the Oscars, that's where the Academy gets bogged down. Like, they can't distinguish how much of the performance is Andy Serkis.
Do you think? You see, whenever, and this is the problem with their appearance, or their sort of their like reputation or whatever. Like, whenever I think of them making their decisions for nominees and all that, I kind of think of a smoky room out of Mad Men and a dose of good old boys going.
Yeah.
That's what I think
hope
of.
that's what it is.
That's what I think of. And, sort of, probably the women in the room being told to get out and get some coffee.
Yep.
And put on a shorter skirt.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I think that was quite a good impression.
I hope that is what the Academy Board is.
So, Andy Serkis for an Oscar.
He just plays a monkey. No, I still love you, Oscars. Keep doing what you're doing. But I'm on the wavelength now that we do need to be moving along with this. We don't need to be the MTV Awards, but we need to be moving with the times.
No, I'm not saying have Oscars for Best Kiss. I'm just saying, I'm just fucking saying that they need to recognise the technology and the actors can still put in performances using that technology.
However, Best Kiss would be a good Oscar. It'd be Matt and Ben every year, wouldn't it? Right.
Okay.
So that's the news. Right, we are going to move on to our 0%ers first. We'll do that first. Okay. Get out of the way. And that will be coming now in a minute.
Get it out of the way.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum!
Astro Radio Z is a horror, cult, exploitation film podcast hosted by me, Derek Carey. I was one of those monster kids growing up. The one that used to sit in the back end of that video store and scour over every single last film cover you saw back there, from the slashers to the monsters to the sleazy stuff. Yeah, I was freaking obsessed, and I still am. So much so I became a filmmaker myself. Now I bring on all my filmmaker friends, critics, musicians, and any other fans of the dark arts, which are horror, exploitation, and cult film. Are you one of these people? Then tune in and listen to my show, Astro Radio Z.
Precious Cargo.
Yep, Precious Cargo.
2 movies in a row with pretty badass opening intros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
pretty much as far as that goes.
I like the opening credits song.
Yep. The opening credits animation as well was pretty cool, with the bullets and the guns. It was really trying to be losers, but, you know, fair dues. It's not a bad film to emulate.
You know what intro was better? Sharknado.
Go, 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 Sharknado. Okay. So, Precious Cargo. I can't remember the year it was made. I think it was like 2000. No, it was last year.
17, wasn't it?
2017 came out last year.
Oh, we're going back, aren't we?
Yeah, 2016 came out last year. Starring Bruce Willis, Claire. I can't believe she still gets acting jobs for Lani.
Is that the pregnant one? Or
Yes.
not pregnant one?
Yes, the pregnant
Spoilers.
one. And Mark, Paul, Zach Morris, Gosler.
Or not Chris Pratt.
Not Chris Pratt. Really trying to be Chris Pratt.
That was
Not
my...
Chris Pratt.
That was...
You, sir, are not Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I've actually got my third note down as Jack actor, fake Chris Pratt.
Right, so let's just we're not going to delve massively into it, because the whole point is that we are going to decide whether you should watch this movie or not. But the general gist is that he is out of the game. The ex-girlfriend pulls him back into the game to do a heist. She screws him over. Then she tries to do a good thing. Bruce Willis gets all antsy, and the end.
Yep.
Yeah. It's in a nutshell. That's the crack. Bruce Willis is the semi sort of bad guy, not doing a very good job at being a bad guy.
Just being Bruce Willis, really.
Just really not giving a fuck.
There was a scene towards the end of the movie, at the beginning of the movie even, when you're first introduced to the Bruce Willis character, where there's a guy who's... Now, I may have misheard this. He had the wrong colour of ties.
Yes, he did.
Was it ties or tiles?
Ties.
Ties.
Yes, he wanted the right colour of ties.
And the ties were the colour of shit.
Yes.
But he wanted them the colour of blood.
Yes.
So Bruce Willis bitch slapped the guy.
He did bitch slap
and
him.
he said, when that dries, that'll be the colour of the ties.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I just think that's Bruce Willis.
From what we've heard from the likes of Kevin Smith, allegedly, when he tells his little stories, that is Bruce Willis.
Yeah. I just imagine that wasn't even a cut. That was just the cameras were rolling.
Off the
and
cuff.
he fucking bitch slapped the guy.
Do you think he didn't know the cameras were rolling? He thought
absolutely.
He thought they were between takes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing with Bruce Willis movies now. After, have you ever seen the interview he did with, I think it was a guy from Channel 4, when Red 2 came out?
Right.
And the guy was trying to interview Bruce Willis and the woman from Red.
Uh-huh.
I forget what her name is. But Bruce Willis, we'll put it on the YouTubes after we're finished recording, mate, because Bruce Willis
I know the one you're on about.
Was an absolute, undiluted, pure, fucking, absolute cunt during that. He was awful to the guy.
Apparently he is, though.
And so, when he bitch slapped that guy in Precious Cargo, I just thought, that's just Bruce Willis. Yeah.
So, Mark Paul Goslar, Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, is doing his best Chris Pratt impression. Gets the team together.
So is that fucking Zach from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah. Zach Morris. But there were some okay moments in this, because there are some heists. There's a little bit of heists going on.
Well, we get a boat chase.
Yeah, we get a really fucking bad boat chase.
Bruce Willis is pissed with the pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I've got to know. Karen. Is it Karen?
Karen, yes.
Karen, yeah. So he's pissed with her because she's ripped him off or some shit.
Supposedly, yeah.
So he sends an army to kill her, as you do.
As you do.
And so she escapes with not Chris Pratt. And so they're having the boat chase.
Yep.
Which is all yeah. So
they do some pretty cool. They do some pretty cool camera work here. But the thing that pissed me off was they must have wasted a good 6 or 7 clips and hit nothing. Nobody was hitting anything.
Well, it was Stormtrooper syndrome.
And then she threw the gun at him. Which
that wasn't actually her. That was his sidekick.
That
was Logan.
She was great.
She was awful.
She was
awful.
No, she could not act, but the character was great.
She had fucking potty mouth.
She had very potty mouth.
You know, I don't mind a bit swearing.
Yeah.
I'm a sweary motherfucker. But about 10 minutes into the movie, I was actually thinking, would you please stop swearing?
You prude.
I know. So it wasn't actually...
You're sensitive, though.
It wasn't actually Karen that hit the guy with that threw the gun. It was not Debs.
Not Debs.
So they have the boat chase. And Karen and not Chris Pratt are having all the chemistry.
All the chemistry.
Oh yeah, they were bickering. They were bickering like fuck because they've got chemistry together.
All the to be fair though, like I've seen Claire Forlani in a lot of movies, and nobody's having all the chemistry with her.
She's terrible.
She ain't a good actress.
Yeah.
I don't know how she keeps getting
And
roles.
that was sarcasm. I know it's audio, so that was sarcasm.
It was. I have no idea how this woman keeps getting roles.
I've never seen her in anything before, and
she's loads of stuff.
if I see her name in anything again, then I'll be putting it off.
Oh, that's not very nice. She might make a good film every once in a while.
So they have that boat chase. Not Chris Pratt has a fucking Indiana Jones fight. Then we get a guy, kind of a Sopranos type fella, giving financial advice to a whore.
Yeah, that was the most.
Why are we putting that in that fucking movie?
That was the most random scene ever.
And although to be fair, he's trying to speak to them because there's a whole what do they call it? A murder of whores.
Murder of.
And he's trying to speak to them. And you like that one?
A murder of whores. I love it. Wow.
So he's trying to speak to the murder of
still
whores.
getting taken off iTunes.
And they're just ignoring him.
Yeah.
So I would have shot them too. He didn't shoot them, but I would have shot them anyway.
He shot them down.
Yeah.
With his wordage.
And then he gives them financial advice.
Yes.
Yeah. So then it's not Chris Pratt is still in love with fucking Karen.
Yep.
Yeah, and
this was a hard watch.
So Karen persuades them to go on one last heist.
Yep.
So that she can get the money or whatever to pay off Bruce Willis.
Yep.
We get introduced to fake Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this movie was a hard watch. I'll completely hold my hands up. This was a hard watch. We've done okay so far with the 0%.
Yeah, we've done all right.
We've not really found anything that we deem to be a 0%. And spoilers, I'm not going to say this was a 0% either. It's a bad movie, but I've seen way worse. It's trying to be so many different movies in one movie that it's cringy as fuck. Zach Morris is fucking terrible. He's not an action star. No fucking way. Just stop doing that. Did you ever see the movie Dead Man on Campus?
I've heard of it.
Years ago?
No.
With him and Tom Everett Scott. It's all about the suicide thing. Like if your roommate commits suicide, you automatically pass college kind of thing. So they try to move the most...
It rings a bell.
They move like the most depressed guy on the campus into their room and then try to kill him.
It rings a bell. It rings a bell. Yeah.
Well, he's great in that because it's comedy. He's a funny guy. He's not an action star. And you know what? Putting him beside Bruce Willis doesn't make him any more of an action star.
Is Bruce Willis even acting anymore?
No, zero fucks given.
Right, give me my money.
Aye.
And I'll say the words.
I think that's pretty much where Bruce Willis is at now.
Yeah.
There were a couple of scenes where I had little hints of like, fuck me, Bruce Willis might still have it in him. But he doesn't. He just doesn't. He phones this movie in like there's no tomorrow. There's just nothing going on between any of these characters. There's a couple of interesting little heists that I quite enjoyed that I thought, oh, you got me there. You a little bit got me there. Well done.
No.
But the movie's, it's not good.
How did it end? Because I fell asleep. How did Bruce Willis get his, or I'm not talking about sexy time. Did he get his comeuppance, or
Yes. He got shot.
right?
Oh, yes. They were on the helicopter pad
Right.
on the top of the building, and the sniper girl shot him 3 times. But then she shot Claire Forlani in the hand.
Did she say "holy fuck balls" at the same time?
Probably.
Right.
She said, "Surprise, motherfucker." Yeah. So she shot Bruce Willis twice, and then she shot Claire Forlani in the hand once by accident. He told her to fuck off because he's going to go and get the dog and pretend to be in love with this woman again. So he goes away and does
He
that.
works in a dolphin emporium.
Yep. But gives very good medical surgery and stuff.
Brilliant.
And then you got like these little montages at the end of the movie showing you where everybody was now, which was just completely pointless. And then it ended. And Potty Mouth did like a whole Potty Mouth bit during the credits.
Awful.
Yes. So where do we sit?
0%.
0%.
0%.
We have found our first 0%.
Yeah. Do not watch this movie under any circumstances.
No.
Don't watch it. 0% for me.
And we don't really give percentages. I mean, you've given a 0%. That's fine.
No. The whole point of this segment is
if you agree with the fucks on that website, then that's fine.
Do you agree with it getting 0% or not?
And you agree?
I agree with it getting 0%.
Excellent.
Because I think it's fucking terrible.
I think there's enough in there to watch. It is a movie. It's a movie. Do I agree that everybody slammed it and gave it 0%?
And by the way, the lass who plays Logan, Fake Debs, she cannot do smoke acting.
She can't do any acting. That was my main thing.
No.
As much as I was sat there thinking, I love this character is pretty badass, I just kept thinking, I so wish you could act. I wish you could act.
Just get fucking Debs in there.
Real Debs.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to say yes on the 0%.
Yeah, I agree with
we have
0%. I think it's fucking wretched.
We found our first 0% people. I don't quite agree. I think there's enough in there to enjoy. It's not the best movie ever made. You're not going to love it, but it's watchable. So I would probably put it in the 5 to 10% range. Meh. So with that, we have our next movie. And this movie is a 2016 movie.
Just to give you a little bit, just before you go into that, pal, right?
Sorry, 2015.
What?
Yeah, go on.
£2.15.
2015.
Oh, sorry, bygones. Yeah, right, just to give you a little bit of perspective here, okay? I watched this the night after I watched Sharknado5.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, just perspective.
So you were on a high.
Yeah, that's maybe what it was. I was putting too much pressure on it.
You were.
Like, where's my fucking motherfucking goddamn sharks?
Right, so the next movie is a 2015 movie.
Okay.
Now, I did go through the 2015 list and looked for something that we could, really go for. But there is one movie in 2015 that stands out above the rest with the most rotten reviews of 33 by a clear country fucking mile. And it's our first Adam Sandler movie. It is Ridiculous 6.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. 2015, the most rotten reviewed movie was Ridiculous 6.
Now, I have watched the first 30 seconds of this and I put it off.
Well, you're about to watch the whole damn thing. Because we need to decide if it deserves...
Alright, just going forward in this segment. If you try and make me watch a Kevin James film, I'm quitting.
You dodged the bullet on 2016 because he was in International Memoirs Assassins or whatever.
Well, you watched that, didn't you?
I've already seen it. I didn't mind it, actually.
Didn't I give you that to watch when you lost the belt?
Probably.
I think that's what
Probably. But yeah, it's our first...
Man.
And you know what? I was going to avoid it because that was sort of something... I didn't want to pick the obvious movies like all the Kevin James movies or all the Adam Sandler movies. But this, by a clear mile, was the most rotten reviewed.
Wasn't that his first
Netflix
exclusive film? And he's done like a million of them now.
It can't be that bad.
Honestly, I've got 30 seconds into the film because it starts off at like a I don't know, like a sort of store, like a general store or something like, or a bar or something like that, like in the middle of nowhere. And what is it? He doesn't want to walk on the sand or something, so he does like a. It got put off.
Awesome.
So I'm going to get absolutely fucking wankered before I watch this.
So the next 0%ers, Precious Cargo, once again, didn't get 0% from me, but Chris completely agrees. And next up...
I've got a feeling I'm going to be doing it again.
Next up is Ridiculous 6.
I hate you.
Starring Adam Sandler. And with that, we're going to move on to our What Have You Been Watching section.
Yep.
Doodaloo.
Hey there, kids. Do you want to hear a show where a bunch of guys sit around in a comic book store and talk about comics and lifestyle choices, other goofy things and shenanigans they get up to? Then
when have we ever talked about comics? Usually it's people sitting on my lap and riding the struggle bus.
That's true. It's mostly shenanigans. But occasionally we talk about comics. And if you like any of those things, comics, shenanigans, Devin's lap, then you need to check out Snake Oil Comics with me, Travis, and my beautiful co-host, Big Dev.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and snakeoilcomics.com.
So, Chris.
So, Kev.
What have you been watching, son bitch?
Well, don't know what that was. First up.
Yeah.
I went to see Dunkirk.
You did. You went to the Cineplex. Did you go and see it in IMAX?
No.
Good, because I was going to say fuck you if you did.
Why?
Because I didn't get to see Spider-Man on IMAX.
Oh. No, it's just timing and that, you know.
Yeah.
It's just fucking timing. We just want to see the bloody movie.
Yeah.
And so we went up to Edinburgh to see it. Myself and Paul went up to see it. Holy shit balls.
How good is Harry Styles in it?
He holds his own.
Yeah.
He actually holds his own. I don't necessarily agree with what Nolan said about him being as good as Heath Ledger. Yeah. He has less to do because he's not a main character. Like, yes, kind of a main character, kind of.
Is he?
He's in it a lot.
Okay.
He's in it a fair bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair play.
So, yeah. I mean, you've got to see this movie. You've got to go out and see this movie.
I will eventually.
So I'm not going to tell you a great deal about it. It is tense as fuck.
Is it about the war?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's not Vietnam.
No.
So it's not got as good a soundtrack. No.
Well, it's Nolan, so it'll be those are like wow.
It's kind of like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And the soundtrack. It's fucking amazing.
I'm gonna watch it.
Absolutely fucking amazing. It's Nolan, so it's not told in like a linear way.
Yeah.
So there's sort of, it's telling different people's stories, but it's being told at different times of the film, and then how the different threads come together. Tom Hardy, they've got some fucking incredible sort of Spitfire air, like air battle stuff.
It's Nolan
going on.
And it'll all be practical as well. So.
Oh yeah, it's great. The air battle stuff was amazing. Mark Rylance completely stole the film.
Yeah.
Mark Rylance was incredible.
Not Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hardy was absolutely fine. It's Tom Hardy, but
of course.
Mark Rylance, who's like sort of the captain of one of the, it's like a sort of pleasure yacht that he takes over. Well, not a yacht, not like a fuck off yacht, but like like a little sort of pleasure boat kind of thing. And he takes his son and like a sort of like his son's mate or something over with him because he sneaks on. So you've got that going on, and then you're sort of cutting back to the beach. You've got Kenneth Branagh in there.
Nice.
You've got the guy who played Jarvis.
Paul Bettany?
Yeah, no. The guy who played Jarvis in the Agent Carter series.
You know
what I mean?
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers or something.
Something
I
like
know
that.
who you're
Something
on
along
about.
those
I know
lines.
who you're
Aye,
on
aye.
about.
So you've got them sort of trying to organise troops to get evacuated and all that, but you've got the Germans like bombing them and all that kind of thing. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
I'm going to give it a watch.
It is tense as fuck. As I say, it follows the different sort of groups around and all that. There's a scene where, like, sort of the main character, the main lad in it, who you open up with, the film opens with. You kind of follow him through it. But there's a scene because he meets up with Harry Styles in it.
Do they form a band?
They do form a band, and they do a gig on the beach.
A band of brothers?
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I did there?
And they say that. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You're not going to sing One Direction?
I was going to say, you light up my life like nobody else.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
That wouldn't have been good.
No.
For anyone.
No.
For anyone.
No.
Least
of all me.
No. So we're in sort of soundproof shed at the moment, so that would not have been good.
No.
Aye. So they kind of like form a sort of group, just basically trying to survive.
Right.
While everything's going on, and they end up in a beached fishing boat.
Cool.
On the Dunkirk beach, and there's a scene in that where the Germans are taking like pot shots at them, or just at the boat because the tide's coming in, and so they're taking pot shots at the hull of the boat so that it doesn't float, basically.
Yeah. So
they're hiding in there, waiting for the tide to come up so they can escape, and the Germans are taking fucking pot shots at them, and you don't see any German soldiers. I don't actually think you see any German soldiers. I don't think you do. Anyway, but in that moment, in that scene, it's just the fucking bullets coming through the hull, and it's man, the film is so tense. It's so fucking tense.
Oscar contender?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If that man doesn't win Best Director for that film, there's something very, very wrong.
Well, Patty Jenkins is going to get it, so.
Well, there you go. It's a film of the year contender for me. It was fucking amazing. I can't wait to see it again. I want to see it again. It is coming to the Maltons in, I think is it next week? Mm-hmm. Which we've got a bit of a busy week to ourselves, so
we have.
We'll see.
We have a little bit.
We'll see. I am desperate to see it again. I very, very much recommend that you see it.
I will. I'm definitely going to see it when I get a chance. Again, like I've said it before on the podcast, I'm not massive into the war movies.
I know.
So I think that's why this one's taking a wee while.
But you don't have to be.
No.
You know the story of Dunkirk.
Well, there's enough Harry Styles in there to keep me going.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I still can't believe that's an actual sentence. Harry Styles is in a Christopher Nolan movie.
No, mate, he holds his own. He doesn't show himself up. He's fine. He's damn fine.
Do you want to know how I got these scars?
In that accent. Yeah.
I don't know what that accent was.
That was that was West Country, if anything.
Right.
Yeah, so that's Dunkirk.
Awesome. So I watched John Wick 2. Finally.
Oosh.
And
then?
I loved it more than the first one.
Good.
I actually think the second one is way better than the first one. Probably because there's a bit more of a story to go on.
More Ian McShane.
Yeah, Ian McShane's in it a ton, and he's good. He's awesome. But also, I don't know, like, you got a little bit more sort of back story about who John Wick actually is.
Mm-hmm. And kind of who he was before.
Yeah. Which I liked.
I loved the whole... You know what I said when we were talking about it on one of the previous episodes where we were talking about the spin-off stuff.
Yeah.
And I said that you
can
kind of tell that there's a rich universe
of
stories to tell. You know, except for the markers and all that kind of thing. So,
I really enjoyed it. I absolutely loved the film. It kind of just got in straight away. It was more of the same from the first one. I love the fact that they kept fucking running him over in the first 5 minutes of the movie and just knocking fuck out.
Yeah, that was great.
And he just kept getting back up. And you just saw Peter Stormare, who so underused. Like, why have Peter Stormare in your movie for the first 5 minutes and then not show him again. Hopefully he'll come back in fucking John Wick 3 or whatever. But yeah, man, fucking great movie. Way better than the first one for me. Totally preferred this one. But again, you had more story going on.
The stuff in Rome was very good.
Yes, and you had some Morpheus.
Yes.
Which was so fucking cool.
He was hamming it up, mind.
Oh, yeah.
He was hamming it up. When he went, somebody please get this man a gun.
He was having fun.
That was great.
He was having fun. I'll give him that. It's Lawrence Fishburne, man. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, basically.
And wasn't there like when he first met and he was wearing all the fucking pigeons and stuff, and he goes, like, in a previous life we knew each other, or fucking something like that, something along those lines, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, we're mates. There was a lot of that going on. The Rome stuff was fantastic when they went to was it an opera that was going on, or was it just a rave?
It was a bit Fifth Element-y.
Yeah, when they went there and he killed that bird who was fucking stunning in the bath. That was great. But yeah, really enjoyed the film. I didn't think, because the first one I liked it, but it just kind of, for me, it just kind of trundled on. Yeah. Like, it just sort of moved along. But this one, there was a bit more of a rich kind of thing for me to enjoy. You got a little bit more about the hotel, how, like, when you're on continental ground, you can't, which John Wick totally just fucking...
That bit was great, man. That scene was amazing.
You were just waiting for it.
And when Ian McShane goes, "What have you done?" Great.
Ian McShane was
just
great.
That guy's coming up. Well, he's not coming up because he's like, I don't know, 60 years old or something. But I think he's finally finding his feet.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
He's appearing in a good few movies. That he's going to be part of another franchise. But I'm buggered if I can remember what it is.
He's basically not Lovejoy anymore.
No.
Even though we loved Lovejoy.
Oh, fuck it. I can't remember what it is. It's a big franchise that's coming up, and he's going to be in it.
Good on him.
I can't remember what it is.
Good on him. Yeah. But really like this one. Keanu Reeves still can't act for fucking toffee, but
I think he can play John Wick because John Wick is basically Neo, and that that's kind of he's either going to be a stoner.
Yeah.
Or Neo.
That's his staple.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
I'm cool with that. I would like to see another one. They left it massively wide open.
Oh, they're doing a third one and final one.
So that'll be
and
that's
going to be the universe builder.
Yeah. So keep going. I'll watch another one of them. No Theon. I did like the start when he was kind of like Peter Stormare sitting there and he's gone, "He fucking killed my nephew over a fucking dog." I did like that. That was kind of got me into the film straight away. Just seeing him again. Yeah. I was like, cool, I love him. But yeah, bring me another one, I'll watch it. And TV
I think a cinema trip for the next one, like.
Yeah, it could be, definitely.
I've not seen the first two in the cinema. It was on Sky or whatever.
Definitely be a cinema trip. And if they're going to make a TV show, I'll watch the fuck out of that as well.
On Monday night, we got...
Go, Sharknado! Yeah.
Sharknado5.
We did,
Global Swarming.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Make America bait again.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing.
I watched it.
You watched it?
I did watch it.
Wow, shit.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. I mean, it is. It's so good. It's so fucking good. You just don't take it seriously. It's complete bollocks.
I'll give you that it's so bad it's good. I'll give you that. Because I like a shit movie anyway. But my God, they've got to be running out of ideas.
Well, let's, we're not going to do it. Okay, spoilers, I guess. If you're going to get pissy about Sharknado spoilers, then there's something very wrong with you. But, so let's talk about the end of the movie.
Oh, the Safari-nado.
So, no, that was halfway through the movie. Oh. The very end of the movie is the Sharknados have won, because they're a sentient being, apparently.
Yeah.
The Sharknados have won. The Earth's gone to shit. His family's dead, but he isn't dead because you get
best cameo ever.
And then
best cameo.
Not a DeLorean, but it may as well be. Comes in and it's Dolph Lundgren.
just what the fuck, man.
So we end up with time travel in our Sharknado movie.
Yep.
Finn asks him so Dolph Lundgren is Finn's son, who got sucked into the Sharknado. Sort of about, I don't know, half an hour in the movie or whatever, wearing a helmet.
A fin helmet.
Shaped like a shark fin that protected him.
Yes, somehow. I don't get it, but somehow. It's Sharknado. I'm not going to ask any questions.
So Finn asks him, "Have you even got a license?" And he goes, "Licenses? Where we're going, we don't need licenses."
Yeah, because
and then the is it a Hummer?
It's like a Hummer. It
goes into fly mode
basically. Yeah,
and then we get it's
fuck's sake, man.
It's so fucking good. Yeah, we had so right, what do we talk about? Right, so the British.
I love how much you love this
film. The British Prime Minister was played by
Chris Kattan.
Yeah,
Corky Romano.
Is that him from the middle, or is that someone else?
Yeah, he was in the middle.
Aye,
yeah.
Okay. He did. There was moments where the accent slipped, but we'll not judge him.
Fuck off.
He was fine as the British Prime Minister. Katie Price died,
which we wanted.
It
would have been nice to see her getting eaten instead of flattened, but I'll take it.
Yeah, with all the plastic in that country, the Great White is just going to go boom. But she got flattened, so I was very, very happy with that. I'm not really sure. The only bit that I thought, ooh, is when they went to Buckingham Palace,
right,
to save the Queen.
Yeah, who was that?
It's a Spanish. She's Spanish.
Right.
So I googled her because she looked like something from fucking How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Do you remember on ITV back in the day they had it was a show called the Riddle-Ups and the main characters were called Mossop and Tiddle-Up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They were like puppet things, like fucking something out of Labyrinth or Dark Crystal. That's what she reminded me of.
She'd obviously had a lot of work done.
Yeah,
a lot of work done. Yeah, so you could have had someone else play the Queen.
The Queen would have done
Her Madge. She would have done that. She's done the Olympics.
Madonna would have done it.
Yeah. That was the only bit I went, that's broken.
I didn't know what it was, so I was kind of...
Honestly, the Grinch movie with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
She looked like she belonged in that.
Aye. I'll give you that.
But, yeah, so that was broken. We had Tara Reid, who has Iron Man powers.
She's got great powers now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. She got a ski.
Yeah, you loved this bit.
And she held it on her shoulders and turned into a helicopter. Mm-hmm. Which I legit, genuinely, no word of a lie, I had tears streaming down my face at that point. It's just fucking great.
You know what?
It's just great.
I can't even talk shit about it because I found myself enjoying the movie. I found myself.
The thing is, you're not watching it for the story. It's bonkers. You're watching it to go, oh, for fuck's sake.
And the cameos in there. It's nice to do a bit of cameo spotting. It's nice to.
Tom Daly had a cameo.
Yeah. It was nice to get some of the references from like other movies and stuff like that. And they love throwing references in there. They're just ripping the fucking piss out of everything.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
They're just having a great time.
That's one thing.
Like,
the one thing that I did notice, and you do get a sense of, is that everybody in it loves being in it.
Yeah.
Like Ian Ziering has loved being in that series. Tara Reid loves being in that series. It comes off like you get that sense. So you know what? Fair play to them.
Nice indie opening as well.
It was total fucking rip-off.
Yeah.
Why'd it have to be sharks?
Fucking amazing.
It's just
I just love the movies. I
know you do. I know you do. And I've only seen 1, 2, and 5. So, for me, that's fine.
I think that's okay. Like, you're not going to miss anything.
I think I've seen 3 more than like most people.
No, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Just, a ways back when we had our first website.
Yeah.
I did I think it was an article called "How to Survive a Sharknado Movie."
Yeah.
And I've got the Clarksons tonight.
You have.
Can't get rid of them.
You have.
Because we had a pint before.
The Kelly Clarksons.
The Jeremy Clarksons.
All right.
Yeah, not got the pneumonia. Don't worry. He's got the pneumonia.
Is he?
He was on holiday and he got diagnosed with pneumonia.
Bothered. Crack on.
Anyway, remember what you're watching. You're
Yeah.
you're not watching Jaws. You know, you're
Definitely
not
not
watching
watching
the
Jaws.
fucking Godfather.
100%
Just-
not watching Godfather.
You're watching a movie called Sharknado. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's a fucking B movie, and just deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I'm
take it as that. Get pissed, get drunk, fucking relax, and let it happen.
Ease on into it. You love a rape joke, don't you? So, from Sharknado to a movie that you say Dunkirk is a movie of the year contender for you. This movie, I think, may end up in my top 5 of 2017.
That I am.
It's a movie called The Wall. Have you heard of it?
No.
You remember how...
It's Kit Harington in it.
No.
Oh.
Should have been, though. You remember Mine with Armie Hammer when he stands on the landmine, and then that's
You've
the
told me
movie.
about it. I've not seen it.
Well, this one is called The Wall. It stars John Cena and Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was in
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. Yeah. He's the main star. John Cena's sort of like... There are a couple of snipers in Iraq.
What are they
John,
doing in Iraq?
it's set in 2007. Fucking cock. So it's like...
I was going somewhere different, but it didn't work.
Everything's winding down. The Bush has declared victory over the Iraq, and they're there to basically. There's been a pipeline that's getting made, and these guys have all been taken out. So they're there to figure out what happened. So Cena is the sniper, Aaron Taylor Johnson is the spotter. And for the first 10 minutes of this movie, John Cena's fucking great. Like, I'm sitting there thinking, he's not laying the smackdown on anyone, he's not kicking fuck out of anyone. It's just him and Aaron Taylor Johnson doing a bit of back and forth. He's the sniper, doing some, like, you know, what the fuck's happening here? You're giving me some bad juju and all this. And he's like, I bought him as a soldier. I'm sitting there thinking, I buy John Cena right now. In this role, he's not even John Cena. He's the guy he's playing. Which,
Fair enough.
when can John Cena
Remember
Cena ever say that?
That movie you told me about, where he played the guy who was clearly gay.
Oh,
And
yeah,
what
the
was that movie?
train wreck.
That,
Yeah,
I loved that.
He's
I
great
loved him in that.
He is fantastic
Yeah.
in that. A totally different role.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
he can do it.
Oh, he can. He's got it.
You know.
But this is the first kind of film that I've seen John Cena do where I'm sort of like, you know what? He might have a case of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I'm like, he might be able to leave the WWE and make it.
That's happening soon.
Oh, aye. But
He's putting over Nakamura.
he may actually make it when he does leave.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like fucking when Triple H tried to make movies, because shit. But yeah, so he's a sniper. Aaron Taylor Johnson's the spotter, and then he's like, you know what? He says, fuck this. There's a wall down by where the pipeline is, and he's like, no Haji stays behind the wall that long. We've been here for 48 hours. He's like, I'm going down. So John Cena goes down, the other guy's watching him, and then Cena gets shot in the stomach by a sniper who's like, they mention one of the best snipers in the Iraq War. They mention this guy, he's like the ghost sort of thing.
Right.
So Taylor Johnson goes down to...
Is this a true story?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Taylor Johnson goes down to help him, and obviously he starts getting fired upon, so he ends up behind the wall, and Cena is basically spending the rest of the movie lying in the open dying.
Oh.
But
I've heard of this story.
this is a fucking fantastic film, because this is when it kicks in, because he's behind the wall, so he starts like radioing for the backup and everything.
Yeah.
But what he realizes, and it's not a spoiler because it's like the first 5-10 minutes of like once he gets behind the wall, what he realizes is that the guy he's talking to on the radio isn't command, it's actually the sniper who's watching them. So the whole movie is him and the sniper back and forth.
I've heard of this movie.
It's-
I've heard of this story.
You need to watch this. It is fucking great movie. You will have. You will have.
I've either heard of the movie or there's been another...
I think on the WWE they were showing trailers of it. I remember seeing that during like one of the pay-per-views.
I recall like a movie about that.
Well, that's basically what
About like, and they sort of... The movie is Sniper versus. Yeah, I've heard of this story before.
It's sort of like remember the Jude Law Ed Harris movie Enemy at the Gates.
Yeah,
it's sort of like that, but a bit of an updated version. He's sort of like the sniper's toying with him, and he's sort of like trying to get him to tell him his story.
Yeah,
and he's sort of just like, you know what, fuck you and all this. You know what, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm saying John Cena looks like he's gonna fucking make it. Aaron Taylor Johnson's a fucking great actor. Like, in this, he's phenomenal. I didn't really like him that much as Quicksilver in the Avengers movie, but he didn't have a lot to do. So, you know, I did like him in Kick-Ass. I thought Kick-Ass was cool. I hated the Godzilla remake with him in it. But,
well, because it was Bryan Cranston light.
And a shitty remake. But
no, it wasn't that bad. It would have been better if Bryan Cranston was the main character.
No, it was a shitty remake.
Move on.
Yeah. But in this, he's fantastic. It is literally a movie with him behind the wall, talking to the sniper, the two of them back and forth. That's all it is, and it's fantastic.
Sounds good.
And you need to give it a watch.
I'll give it a watch. I've definitely heard that. I've seen that story done in something before. I'm buggered if I can remember what it is.
But completely honest with you, saying it right now, could be wrong, because there's still a few films to come out this year. I think it'll end up in my top 5 of 2017.
Fair play.
Because I really, really fucking enjoyed it. The end, and you just don't fucking... Yeah. It's
no
great.
Spoilers.
It's great.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch.
You get everything you want from it. It's great.
Does he go... Doo, 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 doo?
That would have been awesome.
Well, snipers.
He did say it when he's like...
How are you going to spot John Cena because you can't see him?
You took my joke! He's like, it's alright, he can't see me! Alright, so what you been watching?
Yeah, now, another one. Just come out to Sky Movies. This came out last year, I think it was. And it has Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling in it. The Nice Guys.
Oh, The Nice Guys, yeah.
It's really fucking
good, isn't it? Yeah. I remember watching that, but I never actually spoke about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I like Ryan Gosling.
I remember, I think they were on Graham Norton speaking about it, and I saw sort of a couple of clips of it and stuff, and I thought, that looks alright, that looks decent, but I never got round to watching it. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's really fucking good. And Gosling actually has some proper comedy chops about him.
He's a good actor, just not La La Land. Just forget about that. But
I ain't gonna watch that.
Gosling's done some good stuff, and Crazy Stupid Love with Emma Stone and Steve Carell. He's great in
Never
that.
watched that.
Good comedy, really good comedy.
Yeah,
I like Gosling.
But there's a bit they're at a party, and he's sort of trying to big himself up in front of a lass, and he ends up falling backwards over the balcony. Mm-hmm. It's funny as hell. It's fucking great. Really, really good movie.
I don't think you should be surprised at that, because he is good.
Yeah, I mean, well, I like Russell Crowe as well. Yeah. When he's not trying to do funny accents, but...
British.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Was that British?
It was Irish. It was Scottish. It was Belgian.
It was, yeah.
It was Belgian, basically.
But, yeah, really enjoyed it. Great story. So they're investigating the murder of a dead hooker. Mm-hmm. Or no, dead porn star.
Right.
Same thing. But what... so, yeah, they kind of... The movie starts off... Russell Crowe is kind of sent to Ryan Gosling's character. I can't get the names right now. But he's sort of sent to him to shut him up because he's investigating the murder, and he's told make him not investigate the murder. So he beats him up. And
is it Christmas?
I don't remember seeing any Christmas trees. It's Shane Black in it. He's a co-writer, isn't he?
I was going to run down the checklist.
Yeah, I don't think it's Christmas.
Is there a kidnapping?
I think there's
there's always a kidnapping.
I think that Ryan Gosling's daughter gets kidnapped, but she's a little badass.
There you go.
That the kid's a damn fine actor.
Cool.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
It's been a while since I watched it, and I never spoke about it on the podcast, and I wish I had, because at the time I just remember thinking, this is great.
Yeah,
this is a really good film.
And they kind of leave it open for more.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
For the not nice guys.
Nicer guys.
Nicer guys. That should be our new podcast name.
No, we're not nice.
No. We're not nice. I'm not going to talk about this one at great length, because you've already done so. But the Mummy remake, reboot, rehash, whatever. I'm really, really loving the cockiness of Universal, though. Like, they are some cocky cocks. Mm-hmm. Because at the start, when you get the Universal logo, and it goes around the world, and then it comes back around as Dark Universe. They are really banking on this
they're
franchise.
going for it. They're fucking going
they
for it.
think this is going to happen. Like, and you know what? I really enjoyed The Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no problems with it. I'm not a big fan of the old Mummy movies. I've seen them, but they didn't really set my world on fire. So I wasn't dealing with the whole, he's not fucking Brendan Fraser.
Well, I think I said that when I reviewed it.
Yeah.
Is if you go, just sort of try and not think of the Brendan Fraser movies.
Well,
because if
I didn't have
if
any
you're
of
going to, you know, I love the Brendan Fraser movies, you know I do.
I know you do.
But if you're going to do that every time you've got a reboot now, you know, if I'd gone to Homecoming going, fuck you, you're not Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have done that, but...
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought the visual effects were fucking great, which, you know, they have to be nowadays. They always are. I found myself, like, not really giving a fuck about Tom Cruise's character, but really liked Jake Johnson.
Was that his sidekick?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was great.
Yeah,
like, I've seen him in a lot of things, and I always like, he's a New Girl, he was in Jurassic World.
Oh, yeah, he was the... Yeah. Aye.
Like, I like him in pretty much everything he's been in, but in this, he kind of steals it. Like, he really fucking steals the show, actually. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise.
Do you see what I meant when I was talking about it? That the character he was playing was like A Few Good Men Tom Cruise.
Yes. Very much so, and I'll tell
Cheeky
you...
chappy.
I'll tell you when I got that. I'll tell you exactly the scene I got that, because I turned on to Lindsay and I was like, you know what? I'm seeing Tom Cruise do something Tom Cruise hasn't done for a long time. Is the scene in the bar, because, spoilers, if you don't know anything about the movie, he dies in like the first half an hour, but he survives the plane crash, and he dies, whatever. But you get a scene in the bar, not long after he's supposedly died, and she's kind of sitting there going, how the fuck did you survive? And he's sitting there and he's chugging down shots and he's got a massive pint in his hand, he's drinking the pint, and he just sort of looks at her and he like sort of like shrugs his arms and he's like, you know, like he's just giving her that face like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And I saw him doing that and I was kind of like, yes, that's Tom Cruise back when.
Yeah.
Like he's not doing that anymore. So
But it doesn't necessarily fit Tom Cruise's age now.
No.
I just think that it was miscast. That it could have been.
He does think he's Peter Pan though.
If you give it to like a Bradley Cooper or whatever, it could have been done better.
Yes.
But obviously, they're, as you say, from the Dark Universe stuff,
they are cocky
they're
about it.
going for it.
They're
It's
fucking
fucking
going.
happening. I think on Hobby they were talking about like what the sequel's going to be.
Oh, right.
Or the next, not a sequel exactly, but the next movie in the Dark Universe is going to be.
The only major downside that I had, and you mentioned it when you talked about it, was the fact that they basically stopped the movie to build the universe.
Yeah.
When they capture the
When they
bombing.
capture, they got her all tied up in that. Yeah.
And they do stop that and all that, but that wasn't really my gripe. I didn't mind that so much as you mentioned it. I didn't really mind it, but the Jekyll and Hyde transformation was shit.
Yeah, he locks him in a room, doesn't he?
Yeah, but remember the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yes.
Not a fantastic movie.
Jason Fleming.
Jason
Fleming, yeah.
But when he transforms into this massive hulking fucking really badly
With the transforming
CGI
hat.
Yeah, with the transforming hat. But that happened in that. But in this, he basically Lou Ferrigno's it. He just becomes Russell Crowe, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, no.
It's not your mama's Mark Ruffalo.
It's not your mama's Mark Ruffalo. But yeah, I think The Mummy's quite a good movie. I don't think it deserves all the shit it got. They're trying to do something. Universal's really trying to do something. We keep saying, stop with all the world building. Like, we don't need to be world building franchises every fucking movie. Like, we get it. But I think they could be onto something.
I mean, I've seen a lot of the, like the old Dracula movies, the Frankenstein movies, the Bride of Frankenstein's Shrine movie. I've seen a lot of those old school movies. I've been to Universal Studios and seen the makeup shows that they do, where they show how, different things were created and all that kind of thing. And fine, fair enough. I mean, that was Universal's baby. Monster movies was Universal. And that's what they were known for.
They're trying to do it again.
Fuck yeah, bring it back. But maybe you could have been a little bit less subtle about it.
Yeah.
Just, you don't have to do it like, here's the fucking movie! here's a universe.
I did kind of, when the Universal logo came round and then it went round the back and it came back and it said Dark Universe, I did start and went, oh, you cocky bastards. I was like, no, you didn't just do that.
You made us Dark Universe. Applause.
I did just sit there and went, no, you haven't even made... Let's be honest, right? Dracula Untold was supposed to be the start of the Dark Universe.
And so was I, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein was supposed to be the start of the Dark Universe. So you've already rebooted your reboot 3 times.
And by the way, Dracula Untold, I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
I Frankenstein was dog shit, but I didn't hate...
The last 10 minutes of Dracula Untold is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
The rest
by the way, if you want a damn good We Hate Movies episode, it's Dracula Untold.
I think I listened to that one.
It's fucking hilarious.
Aye.
But I'm glad you liked it. I as I said on the one where I reviewed it, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It could have been way better.
Oh God,
but
yes.
The lass that played the mummy was fine.
She's cool. I liked her. Did you recognise her?
No.
She was Kingsman, the first movie. Yep.
Right.
That one, the one with the blades for legs.
When we go.
You know, the Oscar Pistorius character in Kingsman 1.
Okay.
Yeah, that was her.
Oh, she's actually got legs then?
Yeah, she's got legs. Proper legs.
Damn.
Yeah. And...
Does that mean Sam Jack hasn't got a lisp?
No, I think he has.
Oh.
But she's also quite easy on the eyes. So, yeah, that helps. So, yeah, The Mummy, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, good.
Have you been watching any TV, or have you got any more movies?
I have not got any more movies, but before I get into TV...
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's going to lead into TV.
Oh, excellent.
Right, so on the last episode, I mentioned something that I was going to try.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds wrong.
Is it bum sex?
It's not bum sex.
Okay.
No, I'm saving that for you in Cincinnati. What? No, I said that I was going to try the X-Files Cold Cases
audio tape.
On audio.
Yeah,
on Audible.
Audible.com.
Cold Cases. Yeah.
No.
No. I've not tried out like a book yet because you said that you'd listened to The Martian.
Yes.
But this was actually an actual play, like an episode of the X-Files. But you can't see fuck all. But they've got Mulder, they've got Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny back.
So it's like listening to The Archers.
Yeah.
But
they've got.
That's not what an audiobook is.
No. So I did sign up for. Like the 3-month free trial on it and all that, so I'm going to give another couple of books a try, like proper books, like read up by Stephen Fry or something.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, but
I think it helps if you get one by an actor that you also like. So like Christopher Walken, that would be great.
Does Morgan Freeman do any?
Does he not do them all?
I don't know.
No,
anyway, X-Files. Yeah, but it wasn't that. It was like just
an audio drama.
You put an X-Files episode on, but going, fuck you, I'm not watching it.
Okay.
They were doing shit, and it was like, it just wasn't the same.
Yeah, I know.
It was a little bit wooden because they were reading it.
Yeah, you see, that's not what an audiobook is.
It's like 4 hours long. Apparently, they are doing more. There's another one coming out next year. It was great hearing David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson back in the roles. They had William B. Davis as Cigarette Smoking Man back, which was cool. Fine, happy days, but wasn't the same.
No.
Just wasn't the same.
I can't imagine it would be.
And so I don't see myself finishing it, and I've started watching season 1 of The X-Files.
Nice. That's as about
which,
as it gets.
By the way, I know you're not an X-Files head like I am. Is that a thing? X-Files head?
It is now.
But fuck me sideways. Season 1 of The X-Files has got to be one of the strongest first seasons of any show ever.
I've not watched it for a long time.
It's just fucking great. You've got, I don't know what even to start with. Fucking the one with Toombs.
Yeah. You're a big fan of that episode.
Squeeze and then the follow-up to that, Toombs, later on in the season. They're still creepy as fuck.
You're a big fan of that.
Like, I've been watching I've got the box set, and Toombs came up, and I was watching it after Sharknado the other night, and Tombs came up, and I was like, I ain't watching that before I go to bed. I'll not sleep. And that's a fucking TV show from, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
That's some impressive shit.
Yeah, but you are namby-pamby about that kind of shit.
No, you are.
So, I have been watching a new Netflix show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it Glow?
No, I'm not watching Glow.
Shuddy.
I'll watch it one day.
You'll not, will you?
I have been watching Ozark.
Oh, yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, give it a go. I'm 4 episodes in, really enjoying it. Jason Bateman doing serious.
Right.
And doing serious really well. He's always had that sort of like fast talking thing, but it really works in this. It's like he's a stockbroker, but that's his cover. Really, he's a money launderer for like the mobs and stuff like that. His partner in the first episode, his partner gets them deep into some shit. His partner gets killed. The only way he can keep himself alive is by making a promise to launder like $500 million for the guy that's going to kill him. But to do that, he has to relocate with his family to this little bumfuck town, and they're going to take over all the real estate, and they're going to launder the money through that. That's the premise of the show. That's the first episode, basically.
Okay.
There's a couple of other little things in there, like with his wife and with his kids and stuff like that. Really interesting stuff. You've got to watch this show, though. It's really fucking good. It's as bold as I would put it on the level with Bloodline, first series of Bloodline.
Right, okay.
I'd put it right beside that. I think it's got so much potential. And it's just amazing seeing Jason Bateman not trying to make me laugh every 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he does make me laugh, but it's more of sort of like...
I do like Jason Bateman, to be fair.
I do like him, but it's more of like situational laughing. The situation he's in is a little bit ludicrous. He delivers everything well. And that first episode, it kind of blew me away a little bit. I was like, fuck me, this is great. Like, this is probably the best thing I've seen on Netflix in a long time.
Wow.
So
Not even Glow.
Not even Glow. But, yeah, he's in it, Laura Linney's in it, and, like, a whole cast.
Laura Linney?
Yep. Exactly. We ain't seen her do fuck all for a long time.
Bloody hell.
And she's great in this. And then a whole cast of other people, you'll recognise most of them.
I'll check that out.
I think you should. It's great. Like, it was nice to kind of just... Because it started off, I thought, I'm going to hate this. I'm really going to hate this. Because it starts off with, like, one of those, like, over-the-top narrations where he's, like, spondoolies or whatever. He's using all the different words for money. Sort of like Wolf of Wall Street-y kind of thing. And I'm sitting there going, oh, this is going to fucking suck. And then it gets into it, and I'm like, it's great. Like, I'm really getting into this now. And, like I say, I'm 4 episodes in. I think there's 10 to a series.
Right.
So I'll blitz it. I'm loving
I'll
it.
check that out.
So you should give it a go. Ozark. I wasn't going to bother with it because every time I watched the trailer, I was like, nah, Jason Bateman. But...
See, I've not watched the trailer for it. From, like, you get, like, the thumbnail. And from the font of the
It looks like a supernatural thriller,
yeah,
doesn't it?
aye.
When I saw that and I saw the name Ozark, I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be mad.
It's like, that's something gaudy.
Yeah, but it's like Glengarry Glen Ross when they've got the new leads and stuff like that. It's like that. Like, it's just
the good leads.
Yeah, the good leads. He's got the good leads, and he has to go to Ozark to use them.
Right. Okay.
And I'm really enjoying it. More to come, really, for me. I think it's great.
Fair play.
And I'll blitz the rest of it very quickly.
I watched the finale of Shots Fired.
Yay!
Yeah, it finished this week.
Our first Just the Pilot that we've completed.
Yeah.
Well, that you've completed.
Well, I've completed, aye. Yeah. Oh, fuck me. I'm actually gutted it's finished. I don't know, like, when it finished in America.
Probably 2 years
but
ago.
it's on Fox, so you would think it'd be pretty...
Fox is quite good. Fox is good.
But shit, it was so good. I'm really genuinely gutted that it's finished.
Aww.
Because I was enjoying it.
Watch
so
it again?
much. No.
No?
So the Shots Fired, I just wanted to give that a bit of mention because I bloody love that show.
Good.
Really,
I'm glad
really
you enjoyed it.
it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Now, on the Netflix, I watched a documentary. I'm not entirely sure if you've mentioned this documentary before. The documentary is called War of the Worlds. And it's... maybe you've not... I just thought when I was watching it, has Kev mentioned this?
Is it about when Orson Welles did it?
Yes.
Aye.
You have mentioned it.
I don't think I have.
No.
I don't think I have.
Have you watched it?
I haven't, no.
Right. Yeah, so that's what it is, basically. It's a
Yeah.
documentary about... Because, as we know, like, it was 1938 when it was aired originally, and the Americans lost their shit.
Oh, yeah.
And thought it was real.
I think the thing you're thinking about is Dev on the Snake Oil episode. They had some guys on who'd made an independent comic called Concrete Martian, and it was all about a small town in America that literally, when the Orson Welles thing went out, and the aliens, at the point when the aliens were invading, I'm sure the story is that the power cut out in the town.
Yeah.
So they literally thought it had happened.
Yeah.
And that's what this independent comic was all about.
Right, I would read that. No, it kind of... Well, it goes into the story of it, but it also kind of goes into why they bought it. Because, well...
Orson Welles.
Well, I mean, it was that, but also there was different reasons of why the Americans, stupid idiots, bought it.
Is that not the reason? Because they're stupid idiots. That's our whole audience.
Damn ass
gone.
Americans.
That's our
we're not
audience.
getting into America now. Like they're just they're cancelling our visas.
Trump's America.
No.
If there's going to be in America in the next couple of weeks.
Well, if you believe North Korea, what? So yeah, it goes into my iPhone's going mental right now and emailing someone. It goes into the different reasons as to why they bought it.
Yeah.
Right. So the first reason was on the other channel when the sort of the play or whatever started, the Orson Welles one started. They did actually put out an announcement saying this radio play is brought to you by Orson Welles and whatever company. So they did actually do that at the start of it. But on the other channel, there was a program going on by a very, very popular comedian, who, by the way, was a ventriloquist.
Okay.
On radio.
Okay. On radio? How the fuck does that work?
I know.
Surely that's just one guy doing two voices.
I know. He was like going, so, Kev, it's fucking crap. So, yes, Chris.
That doesn't work on radio. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. How do you know it's the
I
dummy?
don't know. It was 1938 for fuck's sake. But
fucking American.
He was apparently very, very popular. So, like, I think it said about 80% of the audience was actually listening to the end of that show before they changed the channel. By the time they changed the channel,
it was already
started. So they didn't hear the disclaimer at the start of it. So there was that. But also, like a couple of weeks before that or whatever, they'd had... apparently it had never been done before. I'm giving you the complete story of the fucking documentary here.
Go for
but it had never been done before where a radio play had said breaking news.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Right. And that's basically how it started. Because it carried on as if this was actually going on. And I told you, maybe it was when we were talking about that comic, that, you know, they did the same kind of thing with Sky News when Independence Day came out and my sister freaked out. They never get tired of
she believes in aliens.
Never get tired of telling that story. So they'd never heard breaking news in an audio play before.
Yeah.
So it started like that. But weeks before, they'd had the Hindenburg disaster.
Right.
So they'd had breaking news. It's the Hindenburg.
Right.
And breaking news, the Nazis have fucking done this, and Hitler's done this, and all, you know, they had all that shit going on, and all this kind of breaking news, interruptions to radio plays or programming.
So he's a bit of a genius, really, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he was.
I like a bit of Orson Welles.
Yeah. I think you'll really enjoy it.
I keep seeing it. I do keep seeing it on Netflix. I keep skipping past it. I do fancy
very,
giving
very
it a watch.
good. I've only told part of it, but yeah, very, very good, very interesting.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, I got two more things, but one of them I think we'll probably both be talking about. One of them is a new show on Sci-Fi, Midnight Texas. Have you given this a go yet?
No.
It's very good.
What's that?
It's a dose of bollocks. It's a dose of bonkers bullshit. So you'll love it. You'll love it. But it's like Midnight Texas is the main protagonist. I've only watched the first 2 episodes. Main protagonist is like a psychic, can speak to the dead,
Okay.
He moves to a town called Midnight, Texas, which is basically like all the dead people live there. It's really fucked up. Like I say, I'm only 2 episodes in, so I don't know a great deal about it yet. But all the dead people have started speaking to him, and he's trying to help them out, sort of like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost. They can go into him like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost, and they're pretty much all evil bastards. So yeah, it's very sci-fi, very sci-fi. It's very sort of Z Nation.
Okay.
And a lot of like this new one, Blood Drive. Have you been watching that?
No, I've not watched it, but I saw
Fuck me.
trailers. There was trailers for it during Sharknado.
That is mad shit.
Yeah.
That show is.
I actually, has it started on Sci-Fi already?
It has now, yeah.
Right.
The first episode aired after Sharknado.
Oh,
Or was
shit.
it the night? It might have been the night after, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I really want to watch it because it looks mental.
It's balls to the wall, fucking insane.
It looks like I'm going to be watching the first episode and going.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
if you're having your tea and you're eating like you've got some beetroot with your tea, you're fucked. You're fucked.
Why would you have beetroot with your tea? That's fucking disgusting.
From a beetroot?
Nobody eats beetroot.
I like beetroot.
Do you like beetroot?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you fucking weirdo. So anyway, yeah, Midnight Texas. I think it's going to be a good show. I'll probably not make it to the end of the series though, because it's just a bit silly. But enjoying it so far.
Go.
So yeah, and there's a couple of faces in there that I recognise. So yeah, it's always good.
Fair play. I'll see if I can download the.
Good man.
Go back to
You'll
the
probably
shark.
love it because you love sci-fi.
Has it got sharks and tornadoes in it?
No. But like I say, I'm only on episode 2.
So we can tell. We can keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, right. I've got 2 more things as well. But one of them I'm not going to speak about very much because you and Lindsay said you've not started watching it yet. Suits season 7.
Yeah.
So on Netflix now you're getting an episode. Like I think it's like the day after it airs in America.
Cool.
So there's a few on there on Netflix now. But I've been watching it. Yeah, it's like Harvey kind of. Are you up to date?
I
right.
honestly don't know where I am.
Right. Okay.
I honestly don't know where we actually are. I think Mike was back with them in the office.
After jail.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
he did a stint in jail.
So you're not that far behind.
I can't be that far behind.
Right. So I'm not going to say anymore.
Okay.
Right. Aye. Lewis is getting on my fucking nerves though.
I love Lewis.
Oh man.
I want one of those mugs.
Lewis, you're lit or something.
You just got
yeah.
lit up.
Yeah. No, he's getting on my fucking nerves now. They're all kind of fighting new roles and that. He's getting on my nerves. He's just all the time. It's like he's fucking constantly thinking people are speaking about him and attacking him and all that kind of thing.
But he's
It's
always been like
I
that.
know, but it's like fucking amplified. It's really getting on my fucking nerves now.
Is his name on the wall? Is it still on the wall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's
yeah.
fine. That's
But
fine.
he's just starting to annoy me.
That's the character he's
I
supposed
know,
to
but
be.
most of the time I was thinking, you're still Lewis. But, like, I don't know. He's just, yeah. Aye. It's still good. It's still a good show. And, you know, there's different stories with different characters, as always. And, yeah, especially Donna. Donna's story's good.
Donna's awesome.
Yeah.
I do love her.
But I'm not going to say any more than that.
The last thing I've got is Game of Thrones. That last episode was... I think a lot of people need to get off Game of Thrones' dick with that last episode because they're really like, oh, it's the most epic fucking episode ever. It's the best ever. Personally, I don't think it was. I wouldn't
say it was the best episode ever, but it was a fucking good episode.
I thought the first 20 minutes of that episode was fucking tear gas. Like, I was bored out my fucking skull. You know, when Arya was going back into Winterfell and all that, I was just like, oh, God. When Jon was taking her into the cave.
I was a lot... The Jon taking Dany into the cave, I wasn't bothered about that.
Yeah.
And when he was showing her the drawings, I did say to Paul, he just fucking drew that.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Why didn't she just say, you just drew that? Like, why is that not the first thing in her head? You just fucking drew that, you cock.
But what kind of fell flat for me was Arya going back to Winterfell. Mm-hmm. Because it's the big reunion. They've not seen each other since season 1. I know that fucking Bran is whatever the fuck was going on with him.
Mental.
By the way, Blake's impression of him 2 weeks ago on Hobby was fucking amazing. Did you hear that one? Oh, you were on holiday, weren't you? You were camping on that. But he started doing an impression of sort of emo Bran.
Emo Bran,
It's fucking great.
He is totally emo.
So listen to that. But yeah, anyway, so like Bran is whatever the fuck Bran is now. But, you know, Sansa hasn't seen Arya since season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kind of have their meeting together in the crypt.
And it was nothing.
It was nothing. And you could see what the fuck was going on.
It was nothing. And it was bollocks. And yeah, it was shit.
So I'll give you that. It was just a little bit of a, oh, is that it? They're meeting each other. Their sisters are meeting each other for the first time since Sansa went away to fucking King's Landing.
And get raped by Ramsay.
But we got the scene where Arya is fighting.
Yeah, that was cool.
Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah,
which was great.
It was.
And fucking Arya is so good. She's such a little badass.
She is.
I said to Paul and Lee on Monday night, I'm desperate for Littlefinger to be on Arya's list.
Why isn't he? You kind of think he's.
But you don't know yet because she's not said.
But she's always saying it. She's always going on about the list. Surely we would know if Littlefinger was on her list.
But, you know...
although Sansa did ask.
Sansa said, so who's on your list? And she goes, well, there's not many left. Littlefinger is really pissing me off.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Just fuck off, mate.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Just shut up. So I'm desperate for Arya to kill Littlefinger.
Yeah, that would be a pretty cool little thing. I'd be alright with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know,
that was unbelievable.
Shit got real.
That was fucking
it's
unbelievable.
Probably, you know, we both agreed it's not the best episode ever done. It's not. But it was good. I thought that it was possibly the most fucking stunning
it looked
stuff
great.
that we've seen.
Visually, it looked fucking great. And I kind of thought that, you know, when they were all lined up outside King's Landing. Was it King's Landing? Yeah, it was King's Landing, wasn't it? When Jaime and all his people were all sort of lined up, and then you could hear the horses and all that coming.
Was it King's Landing?
I can't remember.
It was just outside of House Tyrell, wasn't it?
Right, okay.
I don't think it was King's Landing yet.
But in the background, they made a point of doing like wide scoping shots, and you could see the massive mountains and stuff like that in the background. And I was kind of sitting there thinking, do we see that very often? I was like, I don't think we see that very often, that kind of like wide shot.
It's like Game of Thrones called artsy fartsy on us.
Yeah. Like I was sitting there watching it going, I can't remember ever really seeing that much of Westeros, like in one shot. Because normally it's like really up close, fucking Jon Snow pouting and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, it looked visually stunning. Just, I didn't think it was the best episode ever.
Just, you know, we finally get to see the dragons attacking shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
And
Jaime Lannister's a total fucking badass.
And, you know, I mean, I was on the edge of my seat watching that. I was honestly, I was like literally leaning forward with my bloody elbows on my knees and my fucking hand over my mouth watching that scene, or that series of, you know, that whole fucking segment of it. Incredible. And I just, honestly, Paul was sat next to me on the couch, and like, I was saying, fucking hell, is Danny going to get it?
Yeah, you kind of, for a minute, yeah.
Is Bronn going to get it? Is fucking hell, is Jaime going to get it? Not the dragon. Don't hurt the dragon.
That was pretty cool when Bronn shot the dragon. I was well into that. I was like, fucking get in.
Not Dragon. You can't kill Dragon.
I don't know. Maybe you can.
I think one of the dragons are going to die.
Well, technically, unless Danny wins the whole fucking thing, all the dragons have to die.
But the dragons have to be there to fight the White Walkers.
Fuck the White Walkers. Nobody's bothered about the White Walkers.
No.
Nobody seems to care about... Even fucking Danny doesn't care about the White Walkers.
But that's where it's going. Is the big battle at the end of next season in 2018 is going to be the White Walkers.
It's going to have to be, yeah.
So, have we seen the White Walkers yet?
Not this series yet, no. We saw some really shitty drawings on the wall.
Yeah, done by Jon Snow.
Snow. But yeah, man, I thought that episode was great. That last little segment, Lannister just Jaime Lannister being a total fucking badass. Loved it. Loved Tyrion stood there like, just fucking run.
Yeah.
Run, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I just loved that. It was a nice scene. And I'm going to call it now, either by the end of this series or some point in the next series, Tyrion's turning his back on Daenerys. Tyrion is turning his back on Daenerys because she is turning into the Mad Queen.
I don't know.
She's
turned out a bit of a prick.
I've never liked her.
Yeah.
Never.
It all seems like a bit of wronging.
She just, yeah, aye.
I saw a YouTube clip of her brother in season 1 getting the gold poured over his head.
Yeah.
On the Facebook. Did I share it? I think I might have shared it. It's fucking great. It's so fucking brutal. Yeah.
So what else you got? Are we moving on?
I have got one more thing, but I'm not going to speak about it for very long because it's like a 2-parter and it's on the History Channel. I know. It's called American Ripper in London. And I'm not really sure where it's going because it's hard to tell with these American documentaries about whether it's, you had your Hunter Hitler and your JFK declassified and all that kind of thing. I don't know if it's one of these ones or if it's actually going to make a proper point. The documentary seems to be making the point that America's first recorded serial killer, H.H. Holmes,
Right.
who I believe that Leo was going to play in an upcoming film, was actually Jack the Ripper.
What's that proof?
Well, that's what the documentary is apparently going to say.
Mm.
But there seems to be a lot of stuff on the Facebooks.
Yeah, I saw Dave Hastings.
Yeah.
He's been putting
He's
a
all
lot
about
of
his
stuff.
Jack the Ripper stuff.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of talk about this actually being a legit documentary. Now, I watched your Hunter Hitler, right? There was 2 seasons of that. It was on the last episode I spoke about, your fucking Deadliest Catch.
Yeah.
And Ice Road Truckers.
Yeah.
Where, it's a lot of
Aye.
kind of music and all that going on, and it's it's dumbed down, and it's just there to make you go fast forward through the adverts to the next bit. So there was a lot of that in your Hunting Hitler, and I think that they made, they put a good story over, but was it real? I don't know. But they seem to be with this thing, this American Ripper in London. Is it an actual thing, maybe?
No. Cool.
I've finished episode 1. I think it's only 2 episodes, and I'll follow up on the next. Episode 1 just aired last night.
I might give that a go. I might give that a go. I like stuff like that. So, are we going to move on?
I'm done.
Okay, well, that is the What Have We Been Watching. Quite a few things in there, and we're going to be moving on. I think we'll do our top 5 first and end with just the 5.
Yeah, did you say this was going to be a short episode?
Yeah, I was hoping so. Yeah. So, here's a cheeky little promo.
Hey guys, this is Nick from the Epic Film Guys podcast, and you are listening to the 365 Flicks podcast. Not only your source for great movie news, outside of our own podcast, of course, but also your source for everything from The Walking Dead. And all of this comes from a pissy ex-video store clerk and a Scottish Whedon whore. Your vocal heroes of pissy opinion. It is, again, the 365 Flicks podcast. Please jump over to iTunes and give them a rating and follow them on Twitter at 365 Flicks Pod. And now here's a little taste of what the Epic Film Guys podcast is all about.
Even when the composer wasn't that great, they were like no-namers, but they come up with these iconic themes, which
even films
you
that
get
are
in your
complete,
head.
even films that are complete shit fests, like
Garbage.
Stallone's Judge Dredd. Dun 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 dun. Like that theme is so iconic, it sticks
Don't
right
call
in your
that
head.
movie shit. We both know that's your favorite movie of all time. All right,
It definitely is one of them. I will readily admit to that.
a little bit. Let's put a little more lighthearted feel in this. retrospect.
there, Judge Hershey?
Waiting for backup. Hey, Diane
Let's hear.
Lane. Diane Lane, man.
So, yeah, top 5 time.
Top 5. Yeah. Have you got your list finished yet?
Yeah.
I kind of have. I'm just kind of gone with it. Fuck you,
I'm going to wing it.
you sneaky bitch.
I'll start because I want to get this section done. Yeah, my number 5 in my top 5 of comic book movies is, and I'm going to take one of yours. I'm not. Sin City.
Yeah,
Number
that's
5.
not mine.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated.
Oh, yeah. No. I chose Sin City because I'm a big Robert Rodriguez fan. You know I am. Big Quentin Tarantino fan as well. Tarantino had a little bit to do with it. But of all the things that I've seen that's been taken from the page to the screen, sort of like comic book wise, Sin City is probably the most page for page, panel for panel. It was meant to be, because that's the way it was made. Like, Robert Rodriguez was paying ultimate homage to the graphic novels. But it's pretty much everything in the book is in there. And he did a fantastic job. It's an all-star cast of, like, your Bruce Willis's back when he still gave a little bit of a fuck. Your Michael Madsen's, your Clive Owen, your Mickey Rourke making a huge comeback. Elijah Wood just being...
Who played a sinister fuck in that.
Creepy old bastard.
Yeah.
You know, Carla Gugino, who I love. You know, everybody's in it, and it's a fucking great movie, and I love it. So, number 5.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't on my list, but I've just thought of it.
Oh.
Yeah, my number 5 is a Zack Snyder film.
Hold the fucking bus.
It is the 300.
Oh, I thought you were going to say BVS.
No.
Later.
That's Dev's pick for later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 300.
Yeah.
Just exactly what you spoke about there.
That's another one.
If you take the graphic novel and you want to see that in film form, it's the fucking 300. It's a beautiful looking film. Lots of abs.
Loads of abs.
You know, it's an incredible looking film, and if you imagine what a living comic book would be like, it's a 300.
Yeah, 300's fucking awesome.
Done.
That was definitely an honourable mention for me. 100% honourable mention. My number 4 is also a Zack Snyder movie.
Damn!
But it's not BVS.
No.
It's Watchmen.
Okay.
I'm a big Watchmen fan.
Yeah, I had a feeling that would be on your list.
I'm a huge Watchmen fan. I honestly, every time I saw the trailers, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just thought this looks like some arty, farty, wanky superhero pish. I thought, fuck this movie. And then it came out, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the comedian completely sells you in the first 5-10 minutes. And then it turns into like this really fucking deep sort of introspective fucking look at who we are. And then Zack Snyder's visuals are always gorgeous. I don't care what anybody fucking says. You might not like the director, you might not like the movies he makes, but you cannot deny that visually he knows how to fill the screen. He's fucking amazing.
I'm not gonna argue with you there.
And The Watchmen is exactly that. Every part of that screen is just gorgeous, and then he fills it with a brilliant soundtrack. A soundtrack that I feel is massively overlooked when people talk about best movie soundtracks out there.
Well, Christ on a Bike, the opening sequence.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking, Bob Dylan for fuck's sake.
You got some Bob Dylan, you got some fucking 99 Red Balloons, the German version, of course. It's an amazing, amazing soundtrack, and it gets overlooked constantly.
Yeah.
And I think if people actually sat down and listened to it properly, they would love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Watchmen, Zack Snyder, only because I can't put Sucker Punch in, because that was like an original piece.
Fair enough. With Watchmen, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one. I've got it on Blu-ray, but it's one of those movies that I watch it and I think, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I put it back in the box and back on the shelf, in order, obviously, I kind of instantly forget about it.
Yeah, it is. I could see that. Because it is one as well that I don't think you could watch it. Like, no, you've got some movies that you could watch every other week. Watchmen's not one of them movies. Like, you couldn't. You just fucking couldn't.
Yeah.
You've got to be in the mood for it. But there's a lot in there that I just love. More Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man.
I would watch it just for the opening sequence.
And again,
fucking
Carla Gugino's in it again, so she's in both of my first 2 picks. Because she is stunning.
Okay. My number 4. Is it me?
Yes.
All right. My number 4 is, well, you got me into this film.
Ooh.
You recommended me.
I thought you were going to say, I'd mate hello.
No. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, you motherfucker. It's my number 2.
Ah.
Bastard.
Yeah. Scott Pilgrim. You recommended this film to me, and it was probably around about the same time as Fanboys and Glengarry. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how good this movie was.
Amazing.
And it's great. It's a movie that I don't watch enough, but I don't think you need to watch it that often to not, to appreciate how good it is.
It's Edgar Wright at Edgar Wright's best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I know Hot Fuzz is an amazing movie. Shaun of the Dead is an amazing movie. I personally think that the best thing Edgar Wright's ever done is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I just think he's fucking on point, directing wise, story wise. He's totally on point with that whole movie.
Yeah,
it's a great movie. I do love it.
But it's like Fanboys. It's like one of those movies that make you feel better.
100%.
Have you ever had a cunty day, which we have from time to time,
all the time.
Just rewind to the last episode. I was having a bastard of a week, and Scott Pilgrim is just one of those movies that you watch and it makes you feel good.
And there's something new every time. Like, every time you watch it, you'll find something new. Like, an actor doing something that you didn't notice the first time. A part of the script that just never sank in the last time you watched it. There's always something going on. And he throws things in that way, so that's the point, And talk about page to screen. It's a lot like it. It sticks to the same sort of... basically, the story going along is the same. But there's a lot of different things happening in there.
Yeah.
It was almost my number one, but there was just a movie I could not have it number one. So yeah.
Same here. Right.
Nice. Was that your number 4?
That was my number 4.
So my number 3, since you took my number 2.
No, what's your number 4?
I did number 4, was Watchmen.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So my number 3 is a movie that I've raved and raved and raved about for years. Again, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in it. Chris Evans is in it. It's Losers.
Ah, yeah, okay. Was that a graphic novel, was it?
Yeah.
Huh.
It started as a graphic novel. I absolutely fucking love Losers. Such an underrated movie that a lot of people just didn't see. It didn't come out to much fanfare, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan's great as the main guy, the main protagonist. Then you've got Idris Elba, who's kind of just sort of making his way out, so he's great in it. You've got Chris Evans being Chris Evans, basically. Some fantastic scenes in there. He's got the angle of the dangle scene when he's in the fucking lift, which just cracks us up every time. And then you've got like the rest of the crew rounding out the movie, all put in sterling performances. You may not think to yourself, you wouldn't go and look for them in anything else, but they're fantastic in it. And then Jason Patric, who we hadn't seen
since Speed 2.
Since fucking Speed 2. Playing an amazing bad guy and just making you think Jason Patric's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Which I would never say about Jason Patric, because I like him.
Would you say anything about Jason Patric?
I like Jason Patric. Lost Boys. He's great in Lost Boys. Yeah. So yeah, Losers.
That was another one you got me to watch.
I love it.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
It is good. Like, and the opening credits are amazing.
I've only seen it once, to be fair. Yeah.
But
I would watch it again, absolutely. I really enjoyed the movie. Chris Evans is fucking great in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I would like to think that, well, no, because he'd made about 10 other comic book movies before that.
Was that pre-cap?
That was pre-cap, That was pre-cap.
Pre-cap.
Yeah. Pre-cap. Back when he was trying to just find a comic book franchise to hit.
Yeah.
Because he has done a fucking fuck ton of comic book franchises.
So, who did you prefer as Flame Boy?
Who played that? Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan or
Michael B. Jordan. 100%.
I'll go with the same.
I thought Michael B. Jordan was the shining light of that movie.
Yeah, and that's really
because he was Torchboy.
That's really difficult.
Yeah.
To find a show about everything.
Although Toby Kebbell was good in it as well.
Is that who played Doctor Doom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The head exploding stuff was good.
Yeah.
So what is your number 3?
My number 3, I have Hobied.
Oh!
Because they're both DC.
Oh.
Okay, so my first one is Dredd.
Okay.
Crossed with Wonder Woman.
I never even thought of Dredd. Bollocks. Fucking love Dredd.
Dredd is good.
The Raid did it first.
I know, you keep saying it. And you're right enough, it is just the Raid, but just Dredd. No more beer for me. The Dredd, yeah. Dredd is fucking fantastic, and the series for fuck's sake, just make it work. Just
Well, he's
make it
in
happen.
talks. He's in
He is
talks.
in talks, but they've been in talks for fucking years.
But it seems like there's a lot behind this one.
Hopefully. It'd be really... I know we spoke about the Hellboy thing.
Yeah.
And Ron Perlman kind of being sidelined.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ron Perlman is Hellboy.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he could do it now.
I don't think you can sideline Carl Urban from Dredd. I
Not
think
yet.
because Dredd was so fucking good and so overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just sickening how overlooked that movie was. That if they went and they're doing their film, their TV show. Sorry, I think is it Netflix?
I think it is.
Aye. If they go and overlook Carl Urban, I don't think I would watch it.
They're not gonna. They can't do that.
It's Netflix. Netflix tend to be quite faithful,
Yeah.
so hopefully not. But yeah, Dredd, fantastic movie. Lena Headey, just
Great.
being great. Yeah.
Just being Cersei.
And yeah, joined with Wonder Woman.
Spot on.
So I spoke about the Wonder Woman Rebirth, and after reading the Rebirth, and obviously we went to see the film. Yeah, it's fucking great. Fucking great origin story or origin story. Yeah.
I can't say enough about Wonder Woman, so...
I mean, I think it's out next month, I think, on Blu-ray. I can't wait to watch it again.
Buying it. Big time.
Oh yeah, I'm buying that. So yeah, Dredd and Wonder Woman.
Excellent. So my number 2 is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So what's your number 2?
I thought we did it again. But...
Sorry, I hope you my number 1.
There's a reason for... because it's both Spider-Man. So...
Is it not all 3 Spider-Mans?
Spider-Man 2, Tobey
Yes.
Maguire, and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
How fucking dare you?
Nah.
Get out. Get out.
No.
Oh, I mean... Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Spider-Man...
I was talking about it with Lindsay in the castle earlier. Other pubs are acceptable. But I was talking about it earlier, and I was like, yeah, Spider-Man 2 is going to be in there.
For me?
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, obviously he's going to have that in there, because Spider-Man 2.
You know, it's... I've said it a lot, but, you know, before The Dark Knight came along, Spider-Man 2 was considered the best superhero movie ever made.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's recognised enough.
To be fair, I think it still is considered that.
It's not considered the best.
I know The Dark Knight...
We still need to do that top 5.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Isn't that kind of this?
That is kind of this,
Yeah.
but different.
Yeah, but... And Homecoming... I'm actually going to see Homecoming again tomorrow night with Lee at the Maltons.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see it again. I loved Homecoming. I love, Michael Keaton in it. Tom Holland's great. Can't wait to see it again. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Excellent.
Boosh.
So my number 1, as I alluded to a second ago, I have Hobied it. But it's for just cause, because I decided I was going to have one movie from each of the big 2. So I was going to have a Marvel movie, and I was going to have a DC movie.
Ooh, mixing it up.
Aye. And they're both sequels. So my number 1 from DC is The Dark Knight, of course, because why the fuck not?
Okay.
As we've just literally said, it's a quintessential fucking comic book superhero movie. It's amazing. It's fucking awesome. Heath Ledger, man. We were having a chat yesterday, me and one of the lads at work, Alan, and we were talking about Heath Ledger's performance, because he just watched it again for like the first time in a long time, and he was sitting there and he's saying, you know what, there's so much, when you haven't watched it for a while and you sit down and watch it again, he's like, Heath Ledger's performance, there's so much fucking there that you don't notice probably the first 3 or 4 times. And he's just doing shit. He's just gone, like, the way he's portrayed the Joker, and he's...
I've got a case in point for you. When he crashes the party, and he gets the champagne glass,
Yeah, and he spills
he spills it and then takes a drink
Yeah.
of the empty glass. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then we got onto the fact that he's like, and now, and I didn't hate Jared Leto in the Suicide Squad, but we kind of now are stuck with Jared Leto.
We need to see more of Jared Leto.
But that's the Joker we're stuck with now.
When I rewatched Suicide Squad, like, everything annoyed me.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto was just in there with it.
Yeah.
So I'm open to seeing more of Jared Leto's Joker. I'm not dismissing it.
Question for you though. We love Heath Ledger's performance as Joker. Everybody loves Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. If Heath Ledger had been in The Dark Knight Rises, say he hadn't overdosed and died, would we be holding that performance as high regard as we do you think? Like, because it's a one-off, and we know we're never going to get that Joker again. We're never going to get Heath Ledger's Joker again. We just can't have it. Is that why we hold it in such high regard?
Possibly.
Or is it just a phenomenal performance?
I remember coming out of the cinema, like, you know, this was before he died.
Yeah.
You know, going, like, I remember saying as we came out of the cinema, Heath Ledger was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Aye. I was exactly the same. I walked out and I was like, that's my Joker.
Because before that, you know, you had Jack Nick.
Yeah.
Who was great. Fucking, you take nothing away from Jack Nick
Take nothing
ever.
away from Jack Nick. Can't.
Different kind of Joker, though. Different portrayal of the Joker. I remember coming out of the cinema saying he was incredible. But I think you've probably got a point there. Is that because that was all we got,
Yeah.
it's become untouchable.
Well, yeah, it's cemented in the pantheon now, and if we had got another one where we may have seen more of him, because to be fair, we
would have, because that was why it was a mess.
But we don't see a lot of him in The Dark Knight as it is. So if we had another movie with more Joker, seeing more of Heath Ledger, would it have been like, meh?
I don't think it would have been meh.
No.
I really don't. I
personally don't think it would have been meh.
I would certainly trust that Nolan had a story, an arc for the Joker over 2 movies.
Yeah, probably Harry Styles would have replaced him.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, and I hobbied The Dark Knight with The Winter Soldier from Marvel, because that, so far, of all the Marvel movies, Winter Soldier is still by far my absolute favourite. It sits 100% number one. And when we did that a while back, fair enough, I don't think Guardians had come out, or had Guardians?
A lot of things hadn't come out then.
Yeah, well, a lot of things hadn't come out then. But for me, The Winter Soldier is the best thing Marvel's done yet.
Well, I'll tell you what.
In the MCU.
We've got Thor Ragnarok is the only other Marvel movie that's coming out this year.
Yes.
So
we're going to revisit that, are we?
I think we should revisit that list, because that was a good, 2 years ago?
That was like fucking episode 8 or something.
Yeah. So that's a long time ago. And a lot of movies have come out since then.
Can we do our top 5 of the MCU and on the same episode our top 5 of the DCEU, even though there's only been 3?
Oh no, that's just stupid.
Okay. Right.
Oh no, you can do top 5 overall DC movies.
No.
Well,
no, because I want BVS at 1, I want Wonder Woman at 2, Man of Steel at 3, Suicide Squad at 4.
Fuck Suicide Squad. Fuck that movie.
So yeah, that's my number 1. I'm not going to say much about Winter Soldier, because when it came out, we fucking gushed over it for donkeys. I love Winter Soldier. Personally, I do think it's the best thing in the MCU, because it was the first thing. Like, I know they have their different types of comic books and their different kinds of stories, but the Winter Soldier was the first thing that, like, transcended.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. It was basically a fucking thriller.
Yes, that's
a totally different style. Totally different style of movie.
It was a superhero movie.
I know what you mean.
It was a superhero movie, but it was more like fucking Jack Ryan.
Yeah, it was like
or something.
The superheroes were incidental.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why I hold Winter Soldier in such high regard, because it was completely different. And I know Guardians is completely different, but it's sort of the same, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just in space.
I know you.
So what is your number 1?
Yeah, my number 1. I love the fuck out of this graphic novel, and I love the fuck out of this movie. It's got Hugo Weaving in it. Hugo Weaving, the fuck out of everything. Natalie Portman as well. It's V for Vendetta.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
Great.
It never really occurred to me that would be like anywhere near my top 5, but I knew you'd have it.
I fucking love that movie, and again, I love the graphic novel.
I know you do.
Just an amazing story. I need to rewatch it, because I've not rewatched it. I normally watch it around about Guy Fawkes night, because as you do, it makes sense of anything.
Why not?
Yeah. Didn't watch it last year, so I've not watched it in maybe like a couple of years or something. But I think it'd probably be quite scary on how accurate it is, to be honest. You
Not
know,
like right now.
false flags and fucking
Guam.
fear-mongering.
Yep. It's there's a lot of that going around.
You know, there's things in the movie where I want, you know, John Hurt says, I want everybody to know how important we are. So they start saying, oh, you know, this is going on and this is going on, this is exploding and this is rioting and all that kind of thing. Fucking remind you of anything?
Yeah, everything.
So, yeah, so I think watching it now, and, you know, we've kind of bypassed Waterworld for revisited. Meh. It's Kevin Costner's the future and the Earth is flooded.
We'll do it. We'll get it done.
But I think that could be one for revisited as well.
100%. I'm on board with that.
But great movie.
I knew that would be on your list. I wasn't sure if it would be at the top, but I knew you were going to have it in there somewhere. That was sort of like the two that I thought straight away. He's going to have Spider-Man 2.
So were you and Lindsay in the pub earlier on talking about what I was going to have on my list?
We always talk about you.
Okay.
We talk about what you're having for dinner.
Okay.
That was weird.
Beetroot.
Fucking beetroot, you fucking weirdo. So that is the top 5 comic book movies as it stands right now for us. And let's just move on to the last bit, because it's currently 11:30 and I want
Hey, are you a jock that likes comics?
Are you a nerd that likes comics?
Do you feel left out sometimes?
Well, then we've got the show for you.
I'm Imran.
And I'm Anthony.
He's the jock.
And he's the nerd.
And we host the Jock and Nerd podcast at jockandnerd.com. If you're looking for fun, entertaining, laugh out loud geek chat over all the latest Marvel, DC shows and news, visit jockandnerd.com.
Full spoiler podcast, lots of swearing.
You're such a jock.
You're such a nerd.
Oh, come on.
Shut up, nerd.
Okay.
the last section of the night.
Just a part of that motherfucker.
And it's your baby.
Yeah, so, Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
And created by...
Written, created, wrote the theme tune, sings the theme tune. He doesn't.
How'd you get on?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Half an hour. I couldn't believe it was only half an hour. Yeah. Fucking really good, actually.
Some, really good dialogue.
Some great dialogue.
So he's basically, he's sick of his fucking life. He's got a shit job.
Mm-hmm.
The bit in the, I think it was an airport where they're trying to sign people up to
sell credit cards or something, isn't it?
I thought it was timeshare.
Was it timeshare? There was a picture of credit cards or something. Yeah.
Donald Glover and his mate are kind of trying to speak to people, and the guy goes, "Fuck off," and I think his mate goes, "Well, that was rude." And but then over the way is sort of the old dear who's speaking to people, and she signs up this young white guy. She's black,
yeah, and
she signs up this one white guy, and she goes like, as long as you keep flirting with me and all that." And then Donald Glover's looking over at her and she kind of starts doing the hip thrust while the guy's back is turned. I was pissing myself at that. So his cousin, who I think he's estranged from,
sort of, yeah. He
doesn't really speak to his family. His dad won't let him in the house.
Like when his mum died or something, he's like, "I haven't seen you since the funeral" or something.
Yeah.
So they are a little bit estranged, and his dad, by the way, was fucking Clay Davis from The Wire. Shit. That's him.
I've never seen The Wire.
Yeah, that's him that says that. Shit. I was waiting for him to say it, but he didn't say it.
So, his cousin, is it Paperboy? Paperboy has got some mad rap skills, apparently.
Debatable.
And so he wants to sort of become his manager.
Yeah.
And he sees that as a way for them all to make $1 million and all that kind of thing. So he says, "Well, let me be your manager." And he tells him to fuck off. So he goes to one of his old workmates.
It's like a radio station.
Who is a white guy who...
What a dick.
Who wants to be a black guy.
Big time.
Yeah, he's great. He's
Big
fucking
time.
great. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did as well. Like you say, superbly written. Fucking some absolutely cracking dialogue.
There was a one-liner about the funeral. I think it was like they were speaking about the funeral and about his mum, And he goes, well, we've not seen her since the funeral. And
That's how it works.
That's how funerals work,
That's kind of how funerals work. He was fucking great as well. The sort of the rapper's sidekick at the start when he was like, "Whoa, is that the same dog? Have we been here before?" It's just fucking awesome, man. I got deja vu, man. Like, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm gonna crack on with this one. I'm gonna have a few. Half an hour bite size. It felt too short. That was my only thing. Like, it felt like it should have been longer, but at the same time, it didn't outstay its welcome.
Yeah.
Which a first episode can often do.
Yeah, I thought that it set up the world quite well.
Yeah.
And, we've said good dialogue, good acting, good characters.
It's Donald Glover, man. He's fucking great.
He's a talented guy.
And I honestly, like, I remember when this came out, but I kind of thought, I don't really want to watch it, because in my head, Donald Glover is Troy. That's who that's who Donald Glover is. He'll always be Troy and Abed. That's all I ever want him to be, because Community was like the best fucking TV show ever. But this could sway me. This could change things with Donald Glover for me. Like, I could see him being a serious actor and being a really fucking good actor at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fully on board with this, and I'm going to keep going on with this one.
So you out for him being Lando?
I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I'm still not open to that kid being Han Solo, though.
We'll see.
But I'm open to Donald Glover being Lando. And to be fair, it was either him or Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he looks more like Lando than Michael B. Jordan does.
I think he'll do a good job.
Of course he will. Of course he will. As long as he's like, you fucking space pirate, I'll be happy.
Okay. So, would you like to know what's next?
Go on then. Have you got one? Mm-hmm. Sweet.
It's another Sky. I think it's a Sky original, actually. It's called 7 Days in Hell.
Ooh.
Right. Do you want to hear the description?
Go on then.
Oh, fuck. I've gone back to the previous note. Hold on. Shit, where is it? Right, okay. So, 7 Days in Hell. Sorry about that. Right, so, Kit Harington.
Oh, fuck off.
And Andy Samberg star as rival tennis players in this mockumentary, which recounts an epic 7-day clash between the pair.
Don't think I'll be watching much of that.
Be fine.
Andy Samberg, come on, man.
Who's Andy Samberg?
Brooklyn 999. Oh, he's from like SNL, and he's supposed to be funny. He's supposed to be.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
He's in that video though when
can't be worse than fucking Ridiculous 6.
Hey, you never know. That might be.
Hey, I do know.
you, like I say, I tried to avoid those movies, but when it wins by a landslide, it wins by a landslide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it's right, it's right. Good news is, 2014, no Adam Sandler movies or no Kevin James movies.
I'm not watch. If you try and make me watch a Kevin James movie for the 0%ers, I am just gonna stab you in the face.
No, you're not. You're gonna watch it.
No.
You're gonna fucking.
I'm not
love
watching
it.
a Kevin James movie.
Fucking love it.
No.
So,
yep,
that's the episode.
That's been episode 84.
84.
Right. Yeah.
So why don't you do some? Why don't you let people know where they can find us?
Are you fucking kidding me? I've pushed, man. Okay.
Oh, fuck it. Just don't bother. I'll cut it with an old episode.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm committed now.
Go on then.
Well, first up, don't forget to have a look for What You Can't See.
Yep.
On the Facebooks.
Yep.
But we are 365 Flicks Podcast. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter if you search for 365 Flicks Podcast. You can also find us on a couple of cheeky networks. We are on the Tangibout Network. We're on Weeby Geeks. We are on the Wicked Radio Network and our British home, nerdly.co.uk, as well as our Twitter home, #PodderFamily. Have a look for us and subscribe on the iTunes. You can find us on the Stitchers and the Satchels and any third-party podcasting app. That wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't.
Boosh!
And
Done.
keep an eye on all those socials for our cheeky little surprise.
Yep. Upcoming news.
Yeah, that's cool. Not fake news. Trump news. Not fake news. So, episode 84, done. I'm out. It's like fucking 12 o'clock at night. Bye-bye.